Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Can hear us. Amazing.
I apologize in advance for the plastic sounds. I am trying to prep some lamination sheets. I only have one more to go, so it shan't be long.
It's been a bajillion years. Hello, Bass and
It
Jim,
has been a bajillion
and Slayer
words.
and Canadian Lucifer.
Hello, Canadian Lucifer. And Flair.
Look, you're seeing the secret panel. Unless you saw it on YouTube. But if you only saw it on Discord, secret panel. Secret panel.
Secret panel.
Secret panel. Hello, Willow.
Hiya, Willow. Welcome. Okay, I apologize. Last plastic sound
Mars,
you will hear for the night.
Stop harassing their ears.
I'm sorry. I already told myself I would laminate after stream, so you got that at least.
Ah, lovely. Art Fight
my
updated their
5
rules.
of my kids finish up tomorrow, so...
Have you ever done Art Fight? Because you do the pixel art, right?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because that'd be fun.
Willow, are you an Art Fight participant by chance?
Because you should. I don't want to draw Millie or
wow.
Lantham or anything. But,
I've been out of Twitch so long, it's kicked me out of my account.
Oh, no! Mars is the log back in! Woof.
Let's see. Is that my password? No. Is that my password? No. What the hell is my password?
All right.
Is that my password? No. Ah, we disabled my ability to log in.
I'm just looking at the Art Fight update rules.
Yes, I forgot my password.
I see. Oh, I thought you said you forgot your passport. I was like, what does that have to do with anything? I'm like, what? Dylan and I started planning our honeymoon, and we specifically wanted to do it with a travel agent. And so we reached out, and honestly, way cheaper than I expected. By a long shot.
Is it still the same place you were planning to go to?
We're not going to Japan. We're going to the Sequoia National Forest and California.
Okay, Sequoia. I thought it was.
Yeah.
Oh wow, my new password
so sad,
is
Willow.
weak.
It's okay.
Screw
I understand.
You.
Hello, Mason.
Hello, Mason. Welcome.
I'm very happy with how the IRL lawyering Ace Attorney-fied has been going.
Yes, it's done going well.
Decently well on the YouTube posts, and the first one has done very well on Reddit.
Yes, I've also seen it on Tumblr as well, so there's that too.
Yes, it did okay on Tumblr, but damn. Reddit has like nearly 500
Okay, there we go.
updates.
Now Twitch looks like how I expect it to look. I am in. Hooray.
It has 488 updates on Reddit, the Poise IRL lawyering Ace Attorney-fied.
Dang, that's a lot of updates.
It's a lot of updates. It's funny, I only say update for Reddit. And Dylan will be like, on what? And I'm like,
okay.
Reddit. I'm like, what do you mean on what? Everything else is likes. But it's
Reddit has to be
Reddit.
an update.
Well, Reddit is an upvote. But I heard someone once call it an updoot. And I was like, I like that. It's an updoot.
Prefer updoot.
It sounds better than upvote. I don't know. You don't say downdoot, though. You say updoot or downvote. But,
well, updoot is positive.
Exactly.
Downdoot is far too negative.
We love dude. Somebody beautifully commented on the Poise comic that says, they say, Rightworth/Naramitsu/Mitsunaru/Bratfiend has to be the best ship in the game, next to Fran Mai. But honestly, if your rivalry...
I mean, they're not wrong.
Even if it is one-sided, lasts as long as it has, and the game company has made official matching rings, it has to be canon, right?
Now give us AA7, you cowards!
Yeah, make them gay! Alright. hello again, Bass.
It's 2026. You can make it happen.
Dichotomy.
And hello, Dichotomy.
Hold on.
Ooh,
I'm
don't
gonna
face
make
plant.
corn
Ouch.
tea. I'll be right back. Mars, entertain the masses. You're done with your thingy.
All right. I've been done with my thingy. Bass, you missed the horrific sounds of me laminating my paperwork for tomorrow. So you have been spared the sound of plastic ripping. I'm not sure how well the mic was picking it up, but it sounded atrocious on my end, so I can only imagine it would sound even worse over stream. Oh, spoiler, no AA7 at the direct!
Oh,
I still need to watch the
one
direct.
day.
Although,
like I said,
I did hear about the Ocarina of Time remake.
I love the laminator.
For Switch 2.
I haven't even played the first one.
Neither have I!
Well, I guess the second one.
I got no time!
Insane.
I can't believe they're making it for Switch 2. I'm like, God damn it, you guys really want me to buy a Switch 2? Between this and Pokopia, you really want me to buy a Switch 2?
You should do it now, Mars. The price is going up again in September, to my understanding, so.
I know, but my Switch works fine!
Yeah, but
and I love it!
You can't play the games. But the plastic sounded nice. Well,
congrats on the new mic, Dichotomy.
With
awesome.
Boom arm. Oh my god. Hello, Allie.
The plastic sound was nice.
Crazy.
All right. Welcome to the ASMR's channel.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There
Allie.
you go.
Did you hear about the Steam
That was
Deck?
just for you, Flair. That one was just for you.
I'm gonna be honest. At this point, there's very few games that I'm personally interested in, solely as like I don't have the time, so the ones that I will play are like very specific.
I don't mean to say it this way, but if I were to play Pokopia, we'd have to recreate the conditions that allowed me to play Animal Crossing New Leaf for as long as I did. And I don't want to recreate those conditions, to be perfectly honest with you. That's very low on the desire list.
I love shit like that, Bass.
Ooh, that's very
Mars
cool, Bass.
showed me like a little short of the Gachiakata stage play, and it was so close that I thought it was gonna be Stomp-esque, and I'm very sad that it isn't, because Stomp uses trash. And
it's not, but it's still wild to watch.
Okay, but hear me out. A Gachiakata themed stomp routine would go insanely hard. Like I would forget the stage play. I don't care about the fucking stage play. I want stomp.
Yeah. Oh, someone has to do it. I've been watching the clips. It's been glorious. If it is a musical, I'm pretty sure it is. I need to hear what it sounds like.
Dichotomy, I know Bass uses Reddit. Dichotomy, I'm pretty sure you use Reddit. Yeah, you do use Reddit. Do you call it upvotes or updoots? Because I call it updoots. Let me go finish
I'm personally here for the updoots. Now, the thing I was saying that was sad, I actually tried to stream the Gachiakata stage play this past weekend. They were having an official stream session, and I screwed up the times because it was Japanese time, and I missed it. I was so sad. I really hope they do another one, or it just shows up on YouTube one day. That would also be satisfactory. You call them upvotes, Bass? Okay. Officially upvotes, colloquially updoots. See, I go for the colloquial terminology. That's my personal preference. Also, updoots is just better. That is objectively better. You can't even argue with that. An upvote or an updoot? I'm going with the updoot. Switch Sports Resort. Ooh, they came out. Okay, is that a remake? A new one? What level of hype am I supposed to be, Bass? I must understand. Peak Uniku 2. I'm totally blanking on what the game is. It's a new one. Woo! Okay. Hype's getting there. I grew up on the OG Wii Sports. That's always been a part of me. Sports Resort, I don't think I've played. I don't know. I typically find that when I'm with a group of people, we'll gravitate towards like board games or puzzles and stuff like that. Very rarely do we pick up a video game. So like in terms of party games and stuff like that, I don't have very many. Or I don't play very many. It's unfortunate. I strive to change that. Thumb wrestling with yaoi hands? Wait, what? How do we get to that? Was there a picture that went by and I just didn't notice? No worries, Dichotomy. We always appreciate the lurk around here. At least it's only 45 minutes. You're almost free. You're so close. Hang in there. Hang tight. Ooh, alive in what way, Bass? Like in terms of like the resident interactions, the NPC interactions. Like there's so many ways to make a game feel alive. Oh, thumb wrestling is one of the sports. I'm like, wait, when did Ori draw Edgeworth and Phoenix thumb wrestling? Where are these yaoi hands that I'm not seeing? Where are they hiding? Okay, thumb wrestling is a wild one, though. I'm just trying to imagine that with the motion controls, because I'm assuming it's using motion controls. That's gotta be interesting. Well, I gotta ask, Bass, what is your favorite sports resort game? What is the peak of peak? I must know.
I'm truly back. Dichotomy, how dare he leave before I can yell at him about possibly watching the abridged.
Well, Dichotomy's still lurking. Dichotomy's got ears,
did you
to
watch
my knowledge.
the abridged?
Dichotomy!
Because there's 8 minutes of bloopers, Dichotomy.
Ooh, that's a nice touch, Bass. I like that when they make the map or the level select feel like more than that. Like you can actually explore it a bit. That's always entertaining.
That's pretty cool. I never played a Wii Sport game.
Not even on the original Wii? You never played Wii Tennis? Wii Baseball?
Nope.
Really? But it came included in the box.
Not my box. I got the other one.
Oh, you got the sad box.
My box came with fucking Brawl and Wii Play. I did not get the sad box. Jesus.
I don't know. You missed out on a very classic game.
I'm sorry. That tank game shaped my childhood. Hello, Oscar. I played that with my father.
My favorite on Wii Play was the cow racing one. No, it totally makes sense, Bass. It's immersive. It makes you feel like you're actually in the world, not just clicking through a level select to pick a new game. I like that.
I was physically unable to read that word as biking.
Did you think it was bicking?
My brain really wanted it to be bikini. And it wasn't. And I couldn't understand.
You were halfway there.
Ugh. Okay.
No, exactly, Bass. It's those little levels of detail that just show they care. We love it. We love it when developers add a little touch here and there. Confirmation of what? Now I'm scared. I see a tentacle pulling into chat. Hello, Oscar. Ori not being the not a nice Alex.
Okay, I just needed confirmation that I could say it on actual stream and not just during like a Monkey Kid stream. Dylan has started writing the abridged number 3. And he was actually, yesterday, he wrote the pants scene. And I was both
I can't wait.
Hysterically laughing. He's very excited to show you, but I told him he has to write it first. I was both hysterically laughing
project
and very annoyed, as I was meant to be. As I was meant to be.
Oh, that doesn't bode well for me.
He brought up some unfortunately logical points, and I was like, no! He literally was like, if I was a prosecutor having to prosecute this case, what would I say about the fans? So that's the vibe you get.
I'm sure he had a lot to say.
Oh, he had a lot of fun. It's crazy.
I will never retract my statement. That
unrelated to that,
bullshit.
but related to lawyering, I am nearly finished with the third and currently final IRL lawyering Ace Attorney-fied comic.
Nice.
Which I
Dang,
think is
you
Dylan's
sped through those.
favorite. Hey, I was motivated. Dylan only had 3 stories, so I'm excited.
No.
Well, Bess, it's really funny.
Chill a little bit as well for any of our Gachiakuta fans in there. Hopefully, the next chapter of the current fic I'm working on is coming out by next week. I'm really hoping to lock in this week and get it finished, chapter 3. So if you haven't read it yet, and you have watched the entirety of Gachiakuta, you are free to read this fic.
Allie's almost watched the entirety, or did watch the entirety recently? Something like that.
I think Allie has 2 more episodes to go. Mason, I believe, finished.
Yes it is.
So that's
Baby
right,
boy
for all
Rudo
2 of you in
indeed.
there. Enjoy.
I'm really sad that I can't read, I think it's Crystal's, Sailor Moon
It's the
Klapalo
Sailor
comic.
Moon
Yeah,
Klapalo
like
AU.
fanfic. I'm
It's
just
so
like,
good. I love the AU names for them. It's so peak.
it's so good.
I want to read.
Yeah, we're always here for fics.
Oh, always, Bass. I'm just happy now in terms of fanfiction, I can read more Lego Monkey Kid.
Yes.
I'm insanely happy about that.
There is more you can read now.
Woohoo!
Oh, this is more related for me to prepare. Anybody here who is going to or is thinking about participating in Art Fight 2026, do you have any questions for my Art Fight 101 and Art Fight 102 courses that will be coming up? Whether you have them
these
now.
These are happening this month.
I will not be answering them now. They will be for me to make sure that I cover them.
Be answered at a later date.
101
but we do want to prioritize questions that you guys have.
Yes, and 101 is this Thursday. So in 2 days, we have Art Fight 101.
I believe we have a guest joining us on Thursday.
Unfortunately, she had to change to the 25th. So we don't have a guest this week, but we will have guests the next 2 weeks. So our Art Fight prep streams will be busy with people.
That they will.
But Art Fight 101 will be this week, and Art Fight 102 will be the last Thursday in June.
Well, Bass, we do highly recommend taking 101.
If you have participated in Art Fight, you do not need to take Art Fight 101.
Oh, you can carry those credits over to the next class.
Yeah, if you have like on the job, internship related experience, you can skip Art Fight 101 and go to Art Fight 102.
And the office hours are from 8 to 11.
Yes, PM Eastern Daylight Time.
Yes. But you can always email us at our school email.
No, go to the school Discord, please. Ori doesn't check her email very much. Even though she got 2 emails on the fucking Ori email recently.
You do.
I have to demo a game, and then I have to do an interview about AI. So...
Ah, shit.
Yeah. Hey, Ori's coming up in the world. That's all I'm saying.
It's so funny you mentioned that, because I'm actually doing a book review. It's kind of like a beta read for a book that's coming out.
Nice.
So that's been really interesting to participate in. I've never done anything like that before.
All right, Allie, we can definitely cover that.
Ooh, that's a good question. School Discord server just sounds like one of those glorified chat rooms that some colleges have.
I can see a school Discord server if the teacher really knows how to use Discord. Right? Like maybe this is tooting my own horn a little bit, but I think I could make an effective school Discord server. It would be very limited, but I do think that I could have the wherewithal.
Would very easily have a place for everything. Like literally
hold everything.
The channels could be the different units. And then the drop downs would be the lessons.
I don't think you even need to go that way. I think you would use forums, and then you would have to use like the stage. Ooh. Yeah, okay, it would be a lot of
how the permissions work. That's another question.
We're talking art fight permissions? Yes, we can do that.
I believe so.
Fight bio content.
I'm just keeping an eye out. I don't want any questions to slip us by.
Permissions. Good. I have covered both of those in my things, but I will make sure to flesh them out and that they are talked about.
Do so.
So Art Fight 101 is going to be what you need to know in order to do Art Fight 2026, right? So it's definitely going to be helpful to Flair, who's their first Art Fight, right? And anybody else who just wants to make sure, because there has been a fair amount of Art Fight updates since 2025, so I will be going over those too.
Never a bad idea.
Yeah, there are a lot of updates. There's actually information. I was going through my last PowerPoint, and there was information that is outdated now because they updated stuff.
Oh, snap!
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. In a good way.
Well, we love when the changes happen. Yeah. Like their improvements.
Also, the Art Fight rules got updated. I don't know if everybody saw. Basically, I'm gonna say it's how you thought it should have been all along. It's not going to. You can guideline and trace over 3D models that you pose.
It meets the expectations.
Yes.
That's what we like.
I think I'm probably going to keep my profile. I really like how it turned out. I will say, if Kade Lucifer is still here, I did look at yours and go, ooh.
Uh-oh.
I did go, ooh, but I really like showing off all of the assets I've gotten I've used from the previous Art Fight teams at the bottom. And Kade Lucifer's template that they used, yeah, it is so good. You can get that template, Allie, if you want to do it like that and, put your own stuff. Canadian Lucifer credited the template person link. So, you could do that. The tabs folder update? Yeah. Also, you can search usernames now. You couldn't do that before.
Yes! Finally!
I will say, if you're fairly confident on who someone's username is, the old way is easier, because a lot of people have, very similar usernames.
It's pretty easy to follow, considering, it's mostly you guys here.
But it's I'm gonna be honest,
interested in seeing the art of.
If you only knew, oh yeah, it's Ori. There's a bajillion fucking Oris to go down. It's just a lot. But if you're like, oh, she uses origami art or origami often, just trying those two is probably easiest.
Okay. Good to know.
But if you're, only kind of sure, or it's not coming up, but you were pretty sure it's right, and it, is going to turn out they only have, I don't know what my word is. They only have, brain dead, I died. If they have, a number in their name they're not used to, so it's you spelled it with a 1 instead of an I, or
if it gets more specific than you'd expect?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, yours is very cool.
Oh yeah,
Canadian
please do,
Lucifer.
Bass.
And the drop downs are pretty neat and everything. It looks very, very smooth.
The amount of effort into that.
I will say, it took me 3 times to read your bio, though. I know that was a choice, but my brain was not ready, and I had to read it out loud in the voice to understand it. That was a me problem. I know the vibes that was happening.
We stand the vibes. I don't think I'm gonna do anything fancy with my profile. I just have Riri up there for people to draw and enjoy, and that's kind of it.
Allie, you got a randomizer? Nice.
Woo! That's cool, Allie.
Those were always interesting.
'Tis the season
but I was too lazy.
Art fight.
Oh, you have like a little background. The background is nice, especially for the dark versus light users. That is pretty nice. Oh, and you have your updated cat art. Look at that.
Dang.
What?
Looks like you and Flair are in the same boat, Ori.
Oh, you don't know what it says? Okay, I'll read it out loud, and that was easier for me. But quick on Allie's. Oh, Allie, you drew a little thing too. Oh my God, that's adorable. I didn't see that before.
Okay,
you drew
I
a
need
little
to see
claw
this.
machine. Dead.
I need to see this. Where the hell is Art?
Allie, my one thing I suggest is that under your social things, write that it's Tumblr. Just so people know.
Oh, the team reveals are on 6/14.
Yeah, they're
Let's
Sunday.
go.
They're Sunday. They're Sunday. They're Sunday. They're this Sunday. They're this Sunday at
Let's
like
go,
4
let's
o'clock.
go, let's go.
I'm dying.
I'm sorry,
My
the first
4
thing I
o'clock.
saw was the date, not Sunday. I need to know what the teams are. So ready.
I know. I need to know what the teams. It's just easy for people. Even if you like, you could even get like a little icon or whatever.
I got notifications.
Just to say, because sometimes
Turnip
people
Boy
only
is following
interact
me.
with
Okay,
certain
I'll follow back.
socials, so it's just easy for
Frictions.
Sunday. Yeah.
Sunday.
Okay, wait. Let me go back to Canadian
wow.
Lucifers.
You guys have been
And
posting
I'll
a lot of
read it.
characters. Dang.
I'll read it properly, Flair. You ready? Lucy art, perfect size for put character into draw. Inside, very fluff and comfort character. Happy, put character in Lucy art. Put character in Lucy art. No problems ever in Lucy art because good pose and emotion for character. Weak of character hurt by canon. Lucy art, yes, a place for a character. Put character in Lucy art. Can't trust Lucy for giving good love to character.
I
Friends,
understand
Lucy.
and also don't.
Yeah, exactly. It's a vibe thing.
Like, I totally understand. Like, all of that made sense, but I couldn't tell you what that means in the slightest.
It's a you get it,
Hello,
but yeah,
Robo.
exactly, Bass. It's a you get it, but it doesn't make sense.
It totally makes sense. It makes sense in my head. Like, I hear it and I'm like, yes, internet speak.
Yeah.
Like,
See,
it's Can I Has Cheeseburger.
Yes,
it's that
it is
vibe.
exactly that. It's a
I
pelican
don't know
mouse
how to
meme.
explain it.
It's the pelican mouse meme.
Yes.
But I literally had to read it out loud for my brain to fucking process.
It'd be like that sometimes. Internet cat speak.
But hello, Roval. How are you? All right, let me fucking
Welcome, Roval.
Let me fucking finish this chain so I can make Mars do work.
Yes, I'd love to have something to do tonight. That would be excellent.
I'm sorry.
I mean, besides talking with all the lovely people in chat.
I'm being distracted. I'm almost done.
How dare you? Lock the hell in, Ori.
Fuck. So something I wanted to say when I was doing this is see how I'm hand drawing the chain? It's because I don't really like the brush. They always look too not in my style. But thank God that we're in an era.
Look like? Just out of curiosity.
It just looks like polished to a level that is not what I like.
Can I see?
Yeah, if I can find it.
I've never seen the chain brush before.
Oh, you definitely have. You definitely have. There's a few different ones. This is like the main one.
Oven
like
when
this,
you
Mars.
Of in the cold food and out hot eat the food.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, I see what you mean.
See what I mean? And I could make it, you know, just line work.
Okay,
but it's just not.
I don't know how to describe it, but the first thing coming to mind is deviant art chains.
Yeah, no, that's exactly. It's a brush.
That's the only way I can describe it.
Yeah, it's a brush, and it's just not like my style. You know, I don't know. It just doesn't look right. Like I've done it before, and it just doesn't hit right. And thankfully,
it stands out.
Yeah, it stands out. And I do it for like brick. You know, like I use a brush for the wood grain and stuff, but they're like very specific and like background related things that I really make it so they're not like super prominent. But the chain, I don't know, it's just never hit right. It like bends weird because it's a brush. So like you saw, like it kind of curves.
Look organic.
Yeah, like these bends here in the chain are like weird.
Yeah. Oh, ew. That's just not how metal works. I'm sorry.
So it just ends up being more hassle than it's worth for my purposes. But thankfully, because Outcast is in a era without, you know, machine manufacturing, everything was made by hand. So the fact that these chains are fucking wonky ass bitches is actually, you know, canonical and world building. Because every link would have to be made by hand.
It's historically accurate. That's the word I was looking for earlier. Historically accurate.
But I thought really funny
God damn it, I couldn't think of the
in our next comic, the setting is very different. But thankfully it means that the chains can be like esoteric. They don't look like chains necessarily at all. You know, they could look like this with the little like cord like that. You know, because they don't have a... It's kind of...
Exactly, Roval. It's a feature, not a bug.
It's a feature, not a bug, indeed. Indeedly-do.
Hey, making art is part of the process, Flair. Who needs profiles? It's fine. You don't need profiles.
I put flares up because I did enter 2 Paper Demon people's hit lists, and I wanted to reference Flare, of course, for that. But
well, then you get double points on Paper Demon. If
well,
you
exactly. You can get
fight, right?
you can basically you can plan out so that your Paper Demon prompt you fulfill can also be an art fight attack. You know, that's basically how it goes. So that's my plan. I was also planning out the way too many fucking T-Pet related worm attack things I have to do.
Yes. Bartender's choice. I wonder what you will have Riri do.
I'm gonna tell you, she's gonna be a researcher. That's just how I had it. That's just how I had it, like, lined up.
That was your vision.
Well, I needed 3 researchers with 3 different, elements, you know? So it was like, great.
Gotcha,
I have Riri, Fifi, and then Allie was like, Bess will research. And I'm like, perfect, thank God. Because Lou, my other book, you know, T-Pet I was using, is fighting.
Here comes Mars to screw it all up.
Yep, I know. How dare she? Like you said, that's your idea now. This is part 2. She did the research, now she's fighting.
Hey, I gotta do some character development for her, and the best way to do that is to force your character outside of their comfort zone.
Nice, Allie.
What creates development? Conflict.
Ooh, but I learned about, like, hit lists. Mason, that's probably something, that would help you get more, you know, you want a lot of attacks. I learned that hit lists can help you get more attack, even if you're the one making the hit list. Will actually get you more attack. Like, it was a very interesting video, and I'm very excited to share that information. That will be Art Fight 102.
I was about to say, that sounds a little deeper than just
that's Art Fight 102.
Overview of Art Fight. That's fascinating. Did they do hit lists in years prior?
Oh, everyone has done hit lists.
Okay.
Mason, the best place to go is in the Art Fight Discord. There's literally a channel where people post their hit list. But I'm saying that while you can join other people's hit lists, the better strategy is making your own hit list. Yeah, the channel in the Art Fight Discord is called Target Hunting.
Mood bass, mood.
Well, we're gonna spoil the class. I'll go over it briefly. Yeah, I was gonna put in Art Fight 102. It's okay.
Oh, well, if you really want to save it till the end.
No,
of the month.
I'll give a little bit, but not super in depth. Basically, the idea is that if you make a hit list and you do it in a way that actually gets people to remember that they signed up for your hit list and follow you on Art Fight, they're more likely to remember you when the time actually comes for Art Fight and attack you first. Especially if you put like, you'll do revenge, definitely. Because remember, going on a hit list does not mean that somebody's going to make art of your characters. But there were basically ways, there's two kinds of hit lists. There's like a basic hit list where the goal is all you want is people to attack, when you don't know who to attack. And that's like a basic hit list. That might not get you more attacks. But if you set up your hit list in like a psychological kind of brand kind of way where it like makes people remember that they filled out your hit list and that you were this artist and whatever, they're more likely to recall you when doing their thing.
Oh, congrats on your 1 year as a mod.
Amazing. That's gonna be for Art Fight 102, but you can also look on YouTube because that's where I learned about this information.
YouTube is a treasure trove of information.
Yes. I basically looked up what are Art Fight hit lists because I obviously know like the vagary idea of like this is a list for if you don't know who to attack, these people can sign up to get attacks from you, right? And then you have a list of people because the goal is like you can get like very niche a very niche list of characters. So pretend like you specifically love drawing let's say goldfish anthro goldfish characters. Okay, that's just the first thing that came to my head. That was like very specific.
That is awfully specific.
Yeah, but let's just pretend, right? That's your favorite thing to draw. So you could put in your hit list, like, what kind of characters do you have? Anthro characters, anthro fish characters, anthro goldfish characters, blah, 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 none of the above. And then so you get a list and you can literally see, oh, these are people who have anthro goldfish characters. I want to draw them, right? People will do it if like people have like OCs for fandoms. It's
not necessarily people's names on the hit list, it's the concept.
Okay, I'll go into more depth because we're talking about it, and I'll just talk about it again the next time. It's okay.
I'm just trying to understand.
Basically, a hit list is a Google form, and the very basic hit list is you say, hey, what's your Art Fight username, please link it here, insert it into the form, link it here. What, if you care and if teams are out, what team are you on, right? If that's something you care about, Friendly Fire used to be worth a lot less, so it mattered more to people. Now it's worth a lot more. So.
Oh, okay. So it's more so
things like that. And then you go
a list of things you're interested in.
Yeah, and then you would say like, what kinds of characters do you have? And then you would mostly put characters that you are interested in drawing. Like, if you're somebody that really only draws, like, furries, right? Like, that's just the kind of art you do. You're not really good or wanting to draw humans or humanoids. You would put furries, ferals, animal, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then you would also put, like, other. And then you could easily filter people from this hit list now that people that only have furry OCs
on your hit list, Mason.
Yeah, exactly. So you would say like you would put like humanoid, human girl, whatever, like, whatever you want, and then you always have the other just for people to check because every question should basically be required. And then you would have like, is there a specific character you would want me to draw more than others? Like a lot of times, like me, Milano's my boy. I love Milano, draw Milano. But for like these paper demon people, I specifically said Flare because he's my paper demon OC, right? That sort of thing. So it was like, okay, cool. Those sorts of things. So like you could put, for us, if I was to make a hit list, I would be like, are you part of the paper demon, art RPG, right? And then people could say yes, and I could say like, are your paper demon characters on Art Fight, and they would be like, yeah, and then I'd be like, link them here. So then I could specifically be able to get a hit list of people who have their paper demons OCs on Art Fight, and I could easily filter that out for like my first attacks if that's what I wanted to do, right?
Okay.
The ways you make yourself more recognizable is you say things like, are you following me on Art Fight? And then you like cheeky, in like a little cheeky way, you like put your Art Fight link there as like a little hint, nudge, follow me, right, sort of thing. And a lot of people do, but you don't, obviously nobody has to. People can say no, but that's just a way to like recognize the name, and people are likely to follow you because they, assume that it'll, give them a better chance of being attacked by you, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, you can really niche down what kind of things you want to draw, but also putting things like, which of my characters is your favorite and why, as just like a little engage with my profile, right? Instead of just filling out the hit list willy-nilly, right? You're like engaging with somebody's Art Fight profile to fill it out. So you can, they like this character, blah, blah, blah. You can also put like, are you okay with mass
Allie,
attacks?
He's been 4-axis this whole time.
Oh, yeah. Allie, this is why Mars doesn't have a thing to do yet. Because look at all these fucking motherfucking chains I gotta draw on this boy every 2 seconds. And unfortunately, they're important.
He's got a lot of them.
Unfortunately, they're important. Because we manipulate them.
They're very important.
It sucks how much we manipulate them. Guard 1 does it. Guard 2 doesn't do it.
No, Guard 2 doesn't.
Maybe hasn't yet. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Hasn't done it yet.
Not yet. Yep, Ori is.
I'm back in the chain again. One day I'll be free. One day we could go back to my boy.
Sometimes that's what you gotta do, Mason. You make it easier on yourself. You're the creator. You can do whatever you need to do to get away with it. To make it easier.
Yeah, school uniforms are both a blessing and a curse. Just because, A, you don't have to design new clothes every time, but also B, you have to draw them in the same outfit all the time.
It really is a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
I would almost guarantee that's why Windbreaker Season 2 is the way it is. Like, so much of it took place in
outside of the school?
Like, the outside of the school.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't wearing their school uniforms for the majority of that season. Like, I bet the animators appreciated that.
I like the balance we struck with Outcast. Obviously, the Navy is going to be mostly wearing their uniforms, but getting to have that as like a juxtaposition to the regular crew who's not stuck in the same outfit all the time is really nice.
And
but
I also
like that the crew doesn't change constantly, right? Like in the modern day, you're wearing like a different outfit every day. Unfortunately, that's just how it goes.
How it works.
But back in the day, you didn't have the privilege, to have
you might have
that many
one
clothes.
Or two outfits that you wore constantly.
Yeah, you don't have the privilege for that many clothes. So it's
Navy.
very nice to have it where it's like, oh, they do have certain occasions where it does make sense for them to have separate outfits,
well, that's
but
why
it doesn't have to be all the time.
Fun for them to have like their everyday outfit, but then it's like we're going to port. Let's put on our best dress.
Yeah, it's like church. to some of them.
It's like their Sunday best.
Yeah. What I like is that it, you know, and especially how we design the port outfits, all the outfits have, like, for lack of a better term, like meaning, like story meaning, like they progress.
Well, they have story meaning.
How the character.
And then there's also, like, it's not just the same outfit but in a different color, or like same outfit, different format, you know, like they are very different from their original outfit. Like there's still echoes of the original outfit, but with enough change to feel new. Yes, Sinnit in the dress is my favorite. I love how Sinnit rocks the dress.
But what's really nice is that
the only one who doesn't have Sunday best is Hotsun.
Well, you know,
lost all his Sunday
when you
best.
lose your fucking boat, you know, there's not really a lot of stuff you got.
I'm very tempted to just have a cutaway panel in the middle of the season that just shows Hotsun's boat somewhere out at sea. And then it cuts back to the island where it's like, all right, yes, back to plot. Where were we?
Okay.
Just that poor little boat.
Okay, now we get the cheat part.
Yeah, where's the spin-off of Hotsun's boat having its own adventure? Where's the boat spin-off?
Just the boat. It's like
just
Finding Appa,
boat.
but it's just the boat.
Yes. Told silently, only through imagery, no dialogue.
There's just like the whooshing noises or like bird noises.
The bird noises, the crashing of the waves against the hull, the creak of the deck.
Yeah. Making boat friends and enemies. Well, who might appear on the boat, you know? Who might board the boat? Who knows? All right.
Hello, Deity. Welcome.
Hello, Deity.
Boat lost days.
That's what it was. Appa Lost Days.
That was it. Yeah.
God, they fucking... Okay, I will say, when animators go hard with no dialogue episodes, they fucking kill shit.
Oh, they cook.
Every time.
They fucking cook.
There's an Adventure Time episode that won awards, and you know what it is? It's a one-off silent episode that has Finn and Jake featured in basically like a vibe where it was like the voice actors were contracted to be in every episode or some shit. Like that's the vibe you get.
It was cinema.
It was
great.
cinema. You fucking cry. like
you do.
Ugh. Return in Avengers Doomsday. Oh, God.
One day. Poor little boat.
Alrighty.
I mean, there is a plot way we could work it in. Where finding Hotsun's boat would have consequences, but we got a lot of juggling happening. That would definitely be a, maybe, if we have time, kind of deal.
That very feels like a... If we get to a part and we're like, ooh, this would be good here in this moment that was already going to happen, then maybe.
Because I could kind of think of that, because here's what I'm thinking. If...
I mean, I have an inkling of your desires, of your thoughts.
I'm sure you do.
Look, the boy! I got to draw him! Okay.
There. That's the plan.
Let me look at this and then let me finish this so you can get to coloring. Ooh, that is not what I was thinking, but damn.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Really? Interesting.
I mean, the two ideas could link together. Like, my idea would happen first, basically, and then your idea
I think I know
occur.
what you want your idea to be.
You can imagine it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Yeah. But that would lead to your part.
But that
logically.
would lead to the...
So, yeah.
What?
They work out together.
My boy?
The boy. He's almost here, actually. I think he's the next page. He is the next page. Oh my god. If I finish this... Okay.
Son?
Hold on, I'm locking in because the next page will get him.
Good. We need him. Lock the hell in, Ori.
I'm locking in. I gotta write... I gotta say,
make Milano proud.
And then I gotta literally lock that. Oops, after I do that. And then I have to do this, like this. Uh-oh, don't do that.
Uh-oh.
Oops.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Not really a rut-row, just an annoyance.
Ah.
And that's fine.
That makes a difference.
Okay. And then we'll say, lovely.
Okay.
Amazing. Lock that. Add
There we go.
base.
Okay. Done.
We have to get to the boy. We do. Lock it. I lock it in.
I want my Milano cookies. It's been 8 months of Brussels sprouts.
Soon.
Hell.
Psi lines. Psi base. Boop. Come here. Lovely. Aw. See, I'm being... If I wasn't being so nice to Mars, I would just let it be here. But I'm being very nice to Mars.
Aw, thank you.
Mostly because I've layered stuff kind of dumb, and I don't want to change that. I'd rather just have it this way and not have to deal with it.
Yeah, that's valid.
So...
My eepy sleepy brain appreciates it, thank you.
Also, I don't want her to merge shit together again.
Yeah, I'm
G2
notorious for
lines.
that.
Yeah, and that really annoyed me the last time. So I'm like, you know what? Matters into my own hands.
Ori manipulates the situation.
Me too.
And Mars is none the wiser.
Well, you are because I'm sitting here telling you, but...
That's true.
Also, I'm making
Mars
sure
is
you
none
don't
the
have to
wiser.
worry about any gaps in my line art that you can't complain about.
Oh, how lovely.
Because I'm dealing with them by giving you the base layer.
Amazing.
I know. I dock her pay enough that this is my little way of being like, hey, I'm still a nice
I haven't been
boss.
paid in months. My family's going hungry.
No, instead you get less work hours. So you win some, you lose some. 4-day work week instead.
Ah, how lovely. I actually did get a 4-day work week over the summer, so yay!
Yay!
Shh, Allie, we don't talk about that.
We don't talk about Bruno, no.
No. We don't talk about Bruno.
Mars's struggles from last week, inconceivable.
No, shush! Hush! There were no struggles. Everything was fine. The file got uploaded, and you got what you needed. That's all that matters.
I mean, I haven't checked it yet. So there's still time for it to be fucked up. That's all I'm saying.
I'm sure there is. But as far as you know, as of now, it's perfect. It was mostly boots. I don't think I'd screw up boots.
It was mostly boots. I mean, you say that now.
I do say that now. My hubris is very strong.
Oh. Abby. How could you?
Their souls just sunk back into their bodies.
I'm showing you that they're copy-pastable. Be happy.
I can see that. Thank you so much.
I
will greatly appreciate that.
Stop being so big.
This is what I get for picking water over tea. Why didn't I make tea?
I made decaffeinated tea because I wanted cookies.
I thought I'd do the right thing and drink water, but water's boring.
More water. I would die, Allie. I would send it back.
For me.
You didn't know Abby had a nickname? Abby has a nickname in the band AU because Hotson also has a nickname in the band AU. In the band AU, he's Abby and Hotson.
Enjoy dinner, Bass.
Consume.
Hope you got something good or made something good.
Consume. Is Dichotomy back yet?
Consume.
Should be out of work
Dichotomy
now.
said he had 45 minutes to go to get off of work.
So
it's possible the driving home is happening right now.
This is true. How dare you have a commute? No, he works from home!
Oh.
You almost got me! Oh, Dichotomy, you can hear this. But Mars almost got me.
Gaddy! Get her! Hey, you might not think much of it, but the commute from the desk to the kitchen is a long commute.
No. You and I both know that to be untrue.
Depends. There's many factors. If there's people in your way, animals in your way.
Abby's a cute name for Everett. Only Hotson can call him that, basically. At least in the band.
I'll be honest, I always imagined it as this for some reason.
Yeah, that's also how I imagined it, but...
I don't know, in my brain's happy with that spelling. Even though I know his name has the E in it.
I wanna state, it takes a significant amount of time for us, not only to find a character name, but to then decide how we're gonna spell it.
Oh, who was the one we spent the longest time on? I think it was Saiga.
No,
we were back and forth
it was
on
not
how
Saiga.
To
No. It was not Saiga because Saiga is specifically named after a thing identically for a reason, remember? So you kept spelling it wrong, but it was never up for debate. Perrin took a while. Perrin took a while. But there was one that we were looking at.
I knew it was one of them. I knew it was one of them.
I think there was a place. There was a place location that we were looking at.
Yes.
And we
there was an island.
Wanted to spell it in the way that it should, so that when you read it, you can pronounce it likely.
We were going back and forth on that so hard.
Get your battle token, Paper Demon, if you want a battle token.
Ooh. Yeah, I think I found the one we were back and forth on.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. There's a couple in here. I'm not sure which one specifically.
It was definitely mostly place names. Because those, based on certain things, were based on different languages of things and then brought back so that an English reader could ideally pronounce them how we wanted upon a quick read. Whereas a lot of the character names, as you know, especially, I mean, honestly, the human names, like, we did go back and forth with Perry, but, like, Onyx and Andy, they're spelled how you think they're spelled.
Yeah.
You know.
No, we did not go crazy with those.
Saiga's named after a specific thing. Just like, you know, the rest of the colors are. They're named after their, like, taxonomic names. So. No, axe. Base.
I agree, Flair. I must be able to spell my characters' names. This is very important.
Mars just had, like, a mental block with Saiga.
I don't know why I kept thinking. I think it's because of Sayu, honestly.
Probably.
I think my brain just kept going, yes, CY,
and it's like, no, it's not CY ever at all.
But Sayu is CY, so Saiga must be CY. And for whatever reason, I could not break my brain out of that. It was really bad.
Yes, this is good too, because now
strikes again.
Now I can explicitly put what is gaps and what isn't.
Poor Sayu. I just saw a short of his where he got pranked. Every time he would type Shigo into his phone, it would come up with Shiego.
Amazing.
His spouse Hayden did that.
Amazing.
Oh, like, that sounds like an Ori Dylan prank. That sounds exactly like an Ori Dylan prank. But the way he talked about it was hilarious too, because he refused to say Shiego. He was like, it would autocorrect from Shigo to that. He just refused to say it.
Which is valid.
Hello, Federico.
Hello,
Glad
Federico.
you live. Happy Pride. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride indeed. I have never I have never bought Pride merch before, but I ended up getting 2 stickers because I liked them so much. I went in for one sticker, and then the other sticker was there, and I was like, ooh, yes. I got one that says politics is woke and gay, which I love.
Oh, I like it.
It's fantastic.
That's awesome.
Because they're both going to go in my water bottle. And then the other one is, it's a really cool, it kind of looks like a, like a NASA or even like a Star Trek Alliance, like Federation's like logo sort of thing. But it's with 2 spaceships. One is the Ace flag colors, and the other is the aromantic flag colors. And it says Ace Force runs on aerodynamics.
Oh, I love that.
And I just liked it so much. And Dylan's like, you're not Aero. And I'm like, what's that? They're just cool. And I am Ace, so,
we can still appreciate the pun.
We could deal. No,
See,
he was
I
just
celebrated
messing.
Pride today by watching the gayest scene ever in Dr. Stone.
It was so gay. Holy shit.
So
like, we shipped them before, but If
Senko and Co weren't in the room, they would have started doing it right there on the cave. They would have
made out.
They would have done it right there. I was like, guys, you could not have made this gayer if you possibly tried. Oh, that's cool, Flair.
Yeah, puntastic indeed.
That's hella cool.
I knew somebody that worked at NASA once, worked for NASA once. I don't think they do anymore. No, they don't anymore. But they did.
That is cool.
And they had no science degree at all.
So what did they do?
They were a scuba diver. And so what they did is they led the dives of the the astronauts in training in the deep pool in the spacesuits for them to like be in the spacesuits and everything. That's like a big part of like astronaut training. So
yeah.
Cool.
That's really neat. Wasn't for NASA. I see, Flair.
I see.
Still cool though.
Indeed.
That's still a cool fact you can bust out whenever you want.
Truly, truly.
It's a good icebreaker.
Yeah, that's your fun fact.
Yeah.
You get.
I am so happy to be done with the phase of my life where we play icebreakers.
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest.
Glad that is no longer a thing.
I'm gonna be honest. I wish more jobs did that. I think they're fun. I think
if
it
you
depends.
Got something good.
You have to make something good. I feel like people overthink their fun facts. Mars, what's your fun fact?
No, it's people over compare their fun facts because once you hear someone like
stop giving a shit.
I don't know. First thing coming to my head is like, oh, I was declared temporarily dead for 5 minutes and then brought back. It's like, well, fuck, I'm not topping that.
It's not a top point. I'm gonna be honest, Mars. If somebody said that and then I go, and I and I make a webcomic, some people are gonna think that's way cooler. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's true. No, that one was my go-to for a good while. Before that, it was I did a survivalist hike in the dead of winter, -degree weather, up a mountain.
Mine was always I like to make origami, because it's true.
It's true and it's fun.
And see, the point is that's something people think is like, it's very like tangible. I always think it's like, you don't gotta go crazy like I've visited 80 countries, cool, but like
But that's always the route people go. How expensive is getting into physical Pokemon TCG as a new player in this day and age?
It depends on
it depends
if you
on
actually
what your goal is.
Yeah, is your goal to actually play the game?
Yeah, or is it to just collect pretty cards? Because Ori and I lean more on the side of
But I can tell you how to play the game is probably easier. Because
I think it's definitely easier because, like, I don't think the tactical cards are that pricey.
It doesn't have to be, because it's the same with like Magic.
But it's easier to like put together a flexible team.
Yeah. Also, if you don't, did you say physical?
Yeah, physical Pokemon TCG.
So I would say that. Yeah, I was gonna say that Canadian Lucifer, but Roval did specify physical. So I would say that honestly, not that hard, like not that expensive.
Good one, Sally.
Solely because. Solely because the cards that you need to make a good deck are not usually the chase cards, right? You don't like of a pack, which are the expensive cards.
Chase cards.
You don't have to. Yeah, I think like 100 is a good estimate.
Yeah, probably.
And that's if you're like, and that's obviously not trying to like random find the card. That's like building a deck virtually and then buying the cards off like the internet, right? Each individual card, not trying to like random find them. I'd agree with about 100.
No, if you're random finding them, then you're gonna spend a lot more.
Yeah, no. I would agree with about 100.
At that point. I think 100 feels right.
Yeah.
Put it in that ballpark. Because Ori and I, we didn't get back into collecting cards, but once we found out that the author of Witch Hat Atelier designed some Pokemon cards, we were like,
yeah, and then I found the most gorgeous Siglif in the world. So, I went, I need my boy.
Way too many pretty cards. I didn't buy them, but I did screenshot them, and I'm like, you know what? For later. Like, there's a really cute Eevee card. There's a really nice full art Flygon. I found a really
I specifically got
cute,
the 3
Togedemaru.
Which had Atelier artist ones. No. Not the one that didn't look like their art style, and the one that was obviously the most expensive.
You're talking about.
Yeah, and it was obviously the most outrageous. But it didn't have the hatching.
Is a lot.
It didn't have the hatching.
And the hatching is her
that's what
signature
matters
style.
to me. Yeah.
But the Doublade, the Druddigon?
Yeah, Druddigon, and
Druddigon, and what's the other one?
There was one more.
I know it.
Ninetales. Ah, yes, the Ninetales.
Those were them. Yeah, mine arrived. Did yours, Ori?
Yeah, they're just at my parents' house.
Ah, nice. They're safe.
Yeah,
I got my 2 abs.
They ended up over there.
Very happy
because it didn't like my address for some reason. So I was just like, all right, just do the other address. Then I don't really care.
Yeah,
I was like, I'll see him. I'll see him eventually.
That Rapidash was hella cool, Mason. I looked at some of the other ones you had sent by the same illustrator. They definitely have a style. They really like that dashing at the camera action pose. That's the through line I noticed.
I really like people making like quote unquote kind of esoteric collections of Pokemon cards.
Well,
like I recently saw one.
There's one booktuber guy, and I forget what his name is, but he was specifically making a collection where every card has a book in it somewhere.
Yeah, shit
and
like
I thought
that.
was
exactly.
really cool.
There was someone
like,
that did
was really
with
neat.
apples, specifically apples,
Ooh.
not berries, like not Pokemon berries, like specifically IRL apples. Apparently, are in a lot of ones.
How many cards would you get from that?
They had a fair amount. There was another
Really?
one that was like they were
That's so
specifically
interesting.
getting the original 151 Pokemon as cameos. So where they're not the card, but they are also
so
drawn
they're not
in
card,
the background.
But they show up in the background.
Yeah.
That's clever.
And they were pretty close. Like they had a lot of them.
I'll see if I can find them, Roval. I'm pretty sure I do follow them, or sometimes they just appear on my feed every now and then.
We
shall see. Maybe I'll get lucky.
We check.
Welcome back, Bass. We're talking about Pokemon now.
Did I screw up?
Ori and I have
Don't
briefly dipped our toes back into the TCG collecting, but only for specific cards.
Literally, it's gonna be, you know, like if fucking, I'm pronouncing their name wrong.
Don't worry, you'll get there.
Dungeon Meshi mangaka did cards. I would totally do that. You know, obviously.
I'd be so surprised if she hasn't already.
She hasn't. She's not there.
Really?
Ryoko Kui. That's what it is. I couldn't do it for some reason.
Okay, there you go.
No, she hasn't.
Easy Cat. Easy Cat. That was the booktuber. He was making a collection of Pokemon cards where there's a book featured in every card.
Yeah. That fun.
Was cool. I have a few good ones.
I have a few good ones.
I was using a website that Ori had shown to me to get the ones I was interested in by the mangaka. And in searching, I found some of the ones that I already have, and I'm like, really? This is considered uncommon? Okay. Cool.
All right, Mars. You're about to get it.
All right. Ooh. Those are cool, Canadian Lucifer. I also like the cards that tell a story. Like they link together.
Those are fun.
There's
are we ready for the boy?
Collection I could think of. Yes, bring on
Here
the boy.
Here comes the boy. Hello, boy. It's uploaded, Mars.
Boy.
Look at him. Look at my boy. Back from the war. I ate all my vegetables, and now I get this one fleeting moment with him before I have to go back to the mines.
It's all right.
One moment of boy.
Who the hell is shooting fireworks right now? Shut up!
Before I'm back to the mines.
I don't know if you guys heard it over the mic. My mom just screamed, who the hell is shooting fireworks?
No, I didn't hear.
Like
mother, like daughter.
Oh, very much so. It's a little scary, in fact. We had a family friend come over on Saturday. It was actually very nice because we got to do like a nice tea and catch up. I set up proper tea. We used the kettle and everything. It was great. But the reactions my mom and I were having to her stories were like copy paste, and I'm like, oh no, that's not, no. Yes, I love that one, Canadian Lucifer. It's so cute. And then there's also one I saw the other day with, it's across two different Pokemon lines. It's a fish and then a pelican kind of fish. Kind of fish? No, pelican catching the fish is what I meant to say. And they're definitely...
Pelipper?
No, not that one. It's like, it's a new one. It's definitely a new one. But
Bombardier?
the Pokemon card with the fish, maybe? I don't know. I just know that the fish card has the fish like hanging out in the water, and you see the bird Pokemon diving in the background, and then in the bird Pokemon's card, it's just eating the fish. Like it is in the mouth, it is being eaten, is being consumed. I was like, a full story. Maybe it's Cramorant? That does sound familiar. Let me double check that. Cramorant. Yes, yeah, it's the Cramorant card.
And what's the fish one?
Confirm that. Yep, it's the Cramorant eating the something. It's like a black fish with white arrows on it.
Oh. Heck. I'm looking at it.
But that's one of the story cards, and I'm like, that's just hilarious. Not wishy-washy. That one's too small.
No, it's a new one as well.
It is. I just can't, for the life of me, remember the name. Arrokuda? That does sound familiar. It was a pun on Barracuda, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna say you're right, Canadian Lucifer. Pretty sure Arrokuda. Because if I look up Arrokuda card, let's see. Yep, there it is.
Yes,
it's chilling in the water, and there's a Cramorant. Just hanging out like Jaws in the background. I don't know why I find this one so funny. It's just like, this is either a tragedy told in 2 parts or the best day ever told in 2 parts.
I love
There's no in between.
The fish's like expression is just
it's
nothing,
so derpy.
Though. Yeah, and unchanging.
It's so head empty, no thought.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, well, I guess I'm being eaten.
It's the circle of life.
I'll post it in Couch so you guys could see what the hell I'm yammering about.
Okay. Whoa, Ori,
this
try
one
again.
first and this one, because we have to do it in chronological order. That did not upload in chronological order. Whatever. You all know how to read. Read it manga style. Read it right to left.
Yes, you guys are literate.
You'll
I
be
appreciate
fine.
all your
literate.
literacies. God, I constantly keep like every YouTuber that I like listen to in the background has like uploaded a video on like how fucked Gen Alpha is because of technology, and I'm like,
oh, don't remind me. Don't remind me. I had a kid today tell me, and maybe I talked about this last week, I don't know, but he picked up one of the little blue fish I had in my ocean animal activity, and he goes, "This the same color as Huggy Wuggy," and he's 4, by the way, and I'm like, character from Poppy Playtime. Why the fuck are you watching Poppy Playtime? Yeah. And then he goes on to tell me he has a Huggy Wuggy pillow, and I'm like,
that's horrifying! I don't want a Huggy Buggy with him.
Terrifying! I would never be able to sleep!
You aren't illiterate, Allie.
Kid. You do you, I guess. Yeah, no, that was literally my reaction.
Insane. That's insane.
That was literally, because I asked him, like, is that from Poppy Playtime? And he goes, yeah, you play? I'm like, no, I don't.
No, because it's fucking scary. No, the thing that gets me
I
is
watch
like
theory videos.
Listening
and watch other people play.
to teachers.
You know, my Comfort Markiplier in the top
yes,
corner.
I will watch my Comfort Markiplier play. That's it. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. No, there's like it's
so frustrating, Canadian Lucifer, because just because it's animated doesn't mean it's for kids.
I'm not even talking about this though. I'm talking about like like teachers talking about how like the students literally can't like they refuse to do any work because it's not like that because the attention span is shot because of short form. And I'm just
the attention spans are completely gone.
I don't blame the children, but Jesus, you know,
I blame the circumstances and the environment.
I blame a lot of things. It's a lot of things. I also
very much blame the expectations being placed on kids because we are measuring by metrics that we should not be measuring.
I blame No Child Left Behind a lot for America.
Yeah. I blame that.
100%.
There's another one.
Well, that's all of the shit.
Recently in my field, so I'm a speech language pathologist, and you have certain milestones that you hit by a certain age.
Tofu could have Jacksepticeye.
And one of those milestones is by about 2 years old, a child is supposed to understand at least 400 to 500 words.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is how rapidly their vocabulary expands. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean they're using all those words, but they understand. And typically that's expected. You do expect the amount of words you understand to be more than the amount of words you use. That's totally normal. What recently changed is that because we're seeing more late talkers and a lot less engagement, they're actually lowering the criteria for that milestone. So instead of 400 words, it's going down to like, I'm forgetting the exact numbers, but it's like 50 to 100. Like it's
dramatic.
It's such a far cry from what it used to be. And everyone is sitting here like, why are we changing the criteria instead of addressing the circumstance? Because I'm going to say it right here. It's the screens.
No,
it's 100% the screens, because a screen cannot interact with the child. They're constantly given the information, but it can't respond. It can't communicate. It can't give feedback. It can't create interaction.
And then the parents aren't talking to their child because they're addicted to the screens. And it's just like...
Exactly. It's just a terrible loop. Oh, I wish Canadian Lucifer. I wish. I really wish. But then sometimes you have other BS. Like, one of the goals I was working on with one of my kids this year was... will maintain verb tenses in sentences. And the criteria for that was we wanted to maintain present progressive, which is, you know, your ing endings, running, eating, doing, stuff like that. Regular past tense, which is your ed endings, so
jumped.
Walked, jumped, yeah. And then your irregular past tense.
Why did all of my past tenses be irregular? Every single, I was like, ran,
everyone
ran,
like, ran.
Damn it,
no, your brain immediately jumps to that. It's like, sorry, Ori, that's not regular past tense. Good try, though.
Oh, my God.
No, honestly, that happens to me a lot, too.
It's like, fuck.
But,
what words are regular?
If you guys have ever spent any time around a child, you will know that they generalize a lot. If you guys grew up reading Junie B. Jones, that was a fantastic example of how verbs can be generalized. Because she said, oh, I runned to my class. I eated. Like, that's just what kids do. And the reason they do that is because they're experimenting with these different grammatical rules. They don't understand them yet, but they do understand, okay, this is a part of speech. I've heard other people use it. I've heard them use it in this context, but they're still figuring it out. It's not innate. It's something that's learned. And especially like if you're preschool age, kindergarten age, and yet we got a goal saying this kid is going to use irregular past tense. I'm like, no.
Allie, it's because, unfortunately, a lot of parents aren't reading to their children. And I don't want to 100% blame the parents, because I totally get they are being fucking worked to death, and they're addicted to screens too, and that's not, everybody's fault entirely.
I'll give a little insight into the parent and speech pathologist world. It's very tricky to get kids to want to read nowadays. And the reason for that is it's not as stimulating. It's not as dopamine inducing.
You also have to focus really for a long time to read a book.
You do. You have to have joint attention where both your attentions are on the book. It has to be extended attention. So, like Ori said, a long time. So what people are suggesting now is if your child, like we're talking maybe 2 years, 3 years, shows interest in a book, like if they are flipping the page or just experimenting with it, follow their lead. Don't try to grab the book from them and try to read page by page. If that's what they want to do with the book, that counts as reading time. If they want to turn the book into a tunnel for their cars to go through, they're still interacting with the book. It's creating a positive association with the book. And this is the advice I'm seeing on articles and from other SLPs in the field. I do agree with it to a certain point for younger kids.
I would have to say using the book as a tunnel is not reading. The flipping the pages on their own, sure, we can start there. But let me use the book to make like a tower. Nuh-uh.
I'm not saying that's reading. No, I'm saying it's creating the positive association with the book and makes them want to interact with it more. Because you're not forcing them to sit and do something they're not interested in. You're letting them explore the book in their own way. Now, I'll be honest. Me growing up reading books, that's definitely not how it went. I sat down and I listened to the books. Like, that's just what me and my mom did together. She picked a book. But that's I sat down and she read to me.
Long before having a screen 24/7. Right? Like,
and that's also part of it too. You want to have those routines.
The book was better than nothing.
Reading.
In a way,
count as reading, absolutely.
In a way, the difference is
I argue you're taking in the information in a different way.
The difference is, and this is an important distinction, and this is not trying to be like elitist, like if you read 20 books and they're all audiobooks, you didn't read the book. Like, that's not the point I'm trying to make. Physically reading words on a page uses different parts of your brain than listening to information. So
100%.
There's a whole issue with children in schools having access to Chromebooks that have text-to-speech and speech-to-text. They are not becoming literate by talking and listening to what a computer is saying. That's innate human experience.
That's
hearing and listening.
End of the spectrum.
You have to learn how to read and write, and so it is a different task, right? Like, they are not equivalent. That's not to say reading audiobooks is not worth something, right? Like, you are getting a level, and they are slower burn, quote unquote, than like a short thing.
Utilizing the part of the brain that works for you, because typically the people who gravitate toward audiobooks are like, hey, I can't sit down and read a book.
Or if you don't have time,
they need the audiobook to listen to.
And you prefer to listen to it on your drive.
Or maybe
but
you're
dyslexic,
are still having, there's lots of different reasons.
Or you're blind. There's a whole list of things. And I'm not trying to say that, like, audiobooks don't count on your reading list. Like, that's not the point.
Well, you can't. Dylan listens to audiobooks.
No, and that's never the point. Because you are also, in listening to a full book, you are still doing better attention-wise than watching only short-form content.
No, you're still attending to the story.
But it is still technically, physically different in listening to content. It's
not
absorbing
reading.
It through listening, then absorbing it through actually reading. That's why I could get through, and this is a personal thing. This is a Ori thing. I'm just saying what I'm doing. But that is why I do make a point that, well, I probably could get through tons and tons and tons of books while doing art by listening to audiobooks. am not doing that personally.
But if you were doing it that way, it would be divided attention.
It would also be divided attention. See, and that's I think the pitfall of a lot of audiobooks a lot of times is that you're not doing it, is that 99% of the time people are doing audiobooks while doing something else.
Yeah.
Because that's what they allow for. You know, you're not sitting there on the couch, eyes closed, listening to an audiobook.
Because everything's about multitasking nowadays. Yeah, monopolization of time.
Exactly.
It does. It takes a lot of patience.
And that's why, if you are reading audiobooks, you're not a lesser than or anything. Like I want to make that clear. I know people get pompous about it, and that is not my point. But there is an innate difference between physically reading words on a page and being able to understand and process that information than there is to listening to somebody tell it to you. That's why if you are dyslexic or you do have a vision impairment or something, or it's just helpful, the thing I learned, and this is when like audiobooks first started becoming a thing and you had to check them out of the library on a little fucking individual MP3
Remember when the
player?
audiobooks were on CD?
Yeah. No, I didn't have to see. I remember they came out with those little pocket ones that looked like the book.
Yes!
Those MP3 players?
Yeah, you would get the little pocket ones, or like you buy a new book and it would have the CD inside the cover.
Yeah, that was another thing. But it was always told to me, listen to and also have the book.
Yes.
Right? And also
one.
make an attempt to follow along with the book. And when I read audiobooks way back then, I did do that as like a child. Because this is like it makes me feel kind of old. It's funny. I remember we were in elementary school and we went to the gym to get a presentation from the local public library. They came to the elementary school, into the gym, to give this presentation on these cool new audiobook things. The little, like I said, the little MP3 individual player thing that you would get with the headphones, because nobody had headphones either, with the the little jack and all of that.
Of course.
And they specifically were like, hey, like, you can check these out of the library. This is an audiobook. You can listen to it while also checking out the book, right? Like, that was they made that like a large point, that it was like, yes, also check out the book and read along with the book. And I read a fair amount of books that way. I read The Giver that way. Way too young, to be honest, because then I had to reread it in 9th grade. The reason I read The Giver.
Oh, you read that in 9th? I read that in 8th grade.
So the first time I read The Giver, I was like 4th grade. Okay,
Holy shit,
because
girl.
Because I wanted to do that audiobook thing so bad. And I went to the library after school.
Jesus.
And that was the only one they had. So I did
it.
So I definitely
traumatized by circumstance.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't really get 99% of it. Like, I really didn't get it. I understood like the memories thing, and I understood like you want to take the baby away from this like weird, like I definitely didn't get any of like the bath scenes or like what the pill meant or whatever. Like I did not. Completely went over my head.
It's just like, that's a weird thing to mention.
I don't recall processing any of it. Like, of that level. Like I remembered, because then in 9th grade, when they were like, oh, we're reading The Giver, I was like, I read that book. But that was a while ago, and I do remember the ending, but not really the middle. And then somebody like talked about the middle. I was like, oh yeah, I don't recall any of that. So so then I got to actually process it as a 9th grader. I was like a 15-year-old, 14-year-old. So
a coming of age story.
But the more age-appropriate books I got to read with that was, I can never remember the name of this book, and it wasn't Desperado.
Mostly Magic Tree House for me.
I never read audiobooks with that.
Audiobooks for that.
I remember specifically Lion Boy was a trilogy, and the first 2 were audiobooks. And then I really wanted the third one as an audiobook too, but it wasn't out. And so I had to read it like a normal person with a book, the old-fashioned way.
That also sounds very traumatizing, Allie. The book about the husky
all the
puppy.
dog books, any dog book was like secretly traumatized at the end.
Don't trust any dog book. I swear
I
to
never
God.
saw a lot of cat books in the same way.
A Dog's Life, A Dog's Purpose, like those were mine too. That were like
A Dog's Purpose killed me.
Man.
It was Marley and Me. Fuck.
Oh, I never read that. I didn't even touch the movie.
Oh, I read it. I remember being in my bedroom sobbing after finishing it, and my mom being like, "Oh, are you okay?" And I'm like, the book was really sad, and she had to comfort me.
That
and
was
then,
me with A Dog's Life.
I didn't learn
they
though.
Kept killing all the characters.
I didn't learn.
I'm just like, does this dog get a happy ending?
Because then the movie came out, and I still watched it with my mother, and we were sobbing. And I knew it was gonna be sad.
What were you thinking?
My mom had never seen it or like read it or anything, so she wanted to. I was like, I know it's gonna be sad, and I was like, I don't remember how sad. I picked a Dog's Purpose.
You know what you gotta be careful of? Octopus books now. We just watched the new movie, Remarkably Bright Creatures.
Uh-oh.
The poor octopus at the end.
Oh, God.
They don't show anything, but the implication is like,
oof. Oh. No, I picked a Dog's Purpose because of the author's name, and I remember I had to stop
I read that one.
It, and then I had to read it again later.
I did make it through that book. I didn't watch the movie, though. I know they made a movie based on that one, too.
I said I learned from that. At that point, I learned, and I went, nope. I saw Marley and Me. I don't need to watch this now.
That was not classic literature. No way. I think the only dog book that didn't happen in was How to Steal a Dog. That one ended okay. I just hated the main character throughout that whole book.
I read a dog book, and I think the book was called Boo. And I don't remember anything happening bad to the dog, but it definitely makes you cry.
Oh, Hotel for Dogs was a fun movie. I went to see that in theaters.
I own that
That
movie.
was a good time.
I own that movie on DVD.
I think I still have that movie, actually.
Yeah, I own that on DVD.
That was like one of the good Nickelodeon movies. That was like, okay, this slaps. This was great. Oh no, not all dogs go to heaven. Why?
Yeah, Rage made us watch that. And the second one. Didn't we watch the second one too? I think we did.
We did. We watched the second one. It had a Yosemite Sam in it.
Yes, yes.
It's the only reason I remember that movie. Oh.
No, we've talked about Bridge to Terabithia.
I think I've told the story about how my mom took me to see Bridge to Terabithia several times.
You definitely
You guys don't need to hear it again, right?
No.
You don't need to hear that again.
False advertising. That was the name of that movie.
There was nothing in the commercials that alluded to anything. All they needed was to show one crying scene in the trailer, just to clue us in a little bit.
Even just a moment from the funeral scene, just like, you know, it didn't, just enough for the parents.
You could still play like the happy, whimsical music over it. You know, it's a trailer. You could get away with that. Just show us what we're in store for.
That's wild, Bess.
That's crazy. I've been meaning to watch that movie, though. That's been on my list for friggin' ever. No, Bridge to Terabithia was traumatizing. And that began my mom's streak of picking surprisingly sad children films. Because a couple years later, she picked out The Velveteen Rabbit.
I had that book.
What the hell?
I had that book. And I read that book as a child.
I did grow up with the book. And what's funny about that is I think my mom just forgot about the one moment in the book, or maybe she just didn't think the movie would go into detail about, because in the book it's like the little boy's sick and has to get rid of all his stuffed animals. But in the movie, they like show the burning of the stuffed animals, and it's like, what? Like this is a Toy Story 3 incinerator scene before the Toy Story 3 incinerator scene.
I remember the Velveteen Rabbit hit me so, like, again, just the book. Never saw the movie. Just the book as a child, like, affected me so much. I had gotten like lice for the first time, you know, because basically everyone gets lice in school at some point. And I'd gotten like lice for the first time. Oh,
hopefully never.
Very lucky you.
Hopefully never.
And there was like a whole thing where it was like, you have to like make like it can be in your bedding and it can be like in your stuffed animals. And so all I could think about as a child was that I was sick with whatever the kid in the Velveteen Rabbit had, and so they would have to burn, like they would have to get rid of all my stuff. And like I have a stuffed animal, Kipper from Kipper the Dog show, that I've had since birth, and I was horrified.
Can't give Kipper.
I had such a meltdown from this, where my mom had to be like, no, we just have to put it in, like, put stuff in the attic. We can wash them in the washing machine with the stuff. Like, it's not that bad, Ori. Like I get it, but relax. She had to calm me down so hard because I was so distraught. Because that's all I could think about was like, this is what the kid in the Velveteen Rabbit had. Because that's what it seemed like. You have to bag up all your stuff.
That's the closest comparison
you have to
that
do
you
all
have.
This, and I was just like, oh my god.
Kids make associations. They're very smart.
I never read those, Allie. I only knew of their existence.
Yeah, I haven't read those either.
I do like Wallace and Gromit the Were-Rabbit, though. That's a fun movie.
That was a fun movie. That's one where it's like, if they're running it on TV, I'll be like, all right, I'll stop and watch this.
I'm pretty sure I do own that one. You know one I could never personally... I never got around to, like, fully watching. I think my mother just hated Chicken Run.
I
think
really?
my
They
mother...
never showed you that one in school?
No, I never saw it in school.
Okay, because they played that for us a couple times in class.
No, I never had that. I never had a class where that was the one they decided. It was always like on TV for a little bit where it got like a couple fleeting moments. But I think my mother at the, you know, when it like was first around and you know, major, I don't think my mother wanted me to see like the vibes of the slaughterhouse sort of shit. And then also, I think she hated the design and voices of the chickens. I think they grated her in a way. She was just like, no, I don't want to listen to this, Ori, please.
No, I can't put up with that for an hour.
Yes, that was much later, though, Beth.
Yes, Fantastic Mr. Fox is pretty good.
That one is good.
Chicken Run's also a fun time. I've seen that one a couple times. I wouldn't say it's anything to write home about, but the stop motion is impressive.
I find it seems to be like a cult
Aardman
classic
Animations
to
is
people.
good at what they do. Yeah, and then they made a sequel to it, I think on Netflix.
That I never even ever.
A year ago? 2 years ago? It's one of those very classic, the couple from the main film had a kid, and now the story is about the kid, and the main character's figuring out how to be parents.
Woof, Allie.
No, we had the club best.
Dang, that's crazy. I had lice 3 times. Yeah, I had lice 3 times. And the first time was, of course, the worst.
I think I just burned my hair off if that happened.
It's not that bad. Like, it's honestly not that bad to deal with. The first time was the worst because the shampoo, like, hurts because you, like, scratched your
Well,
head
it stings,
raw.
right?
Yeah, it stings. After that, though, my mom, like, read about you can do it if you put like olive oil in your hair and then you saran wrap your head and you leave that on for 3 hours, that will also kill them at roughly the same rate as the shampoo, and that doesn't sting at all. And she would always make it like spa day vibes, because she's also like, yeah, and the olive oil like helps your hair, and then you have to sit here and she does have to like, you know, comb through it with the knit comb. And it was kind of like morbid curiosity of being able to like see the lice on the tissue, you know, where it was like, you know, like it's kind of
definitely that fascination. Like, oh, that's what was on my head.
It was always the like, you can't see it in your hair, but the second it's like on the tissue is like, oh wow, those are bigger than I thought kind of vibe, right? Where it's like,
Blah.
Yeah, it's always a bit skeevy, but after the first time, it's kind of like, sadly, this is just life. You know, you can only avoid it as much as you can, and then if you get it, you know, you deal with it. And
hopefully I shall never, but I work with kids, so that's certainly not a guarantee.
I will say it's mostly like a school-aged, like a grade school thing. You know, like, you don't really hear about like adults getting it, not even really teachers as much, because it is like involved with like, you do have to share a relatively close space, you know? And so like, I guess there is a chance that you technically could get it because you work with kids, but I'm going to be honest, I would be kind of surprised, because it really is like a childhood thing, you know, or like you're living in really poor conditions, unfortunately, kind of thing, right? Like, it's not like once you reach adulthood, you usually like never deal with it again. Like I said, I think I had it once in elementary school, and probably twice in elementary school, and maybe once in middle school, maybe.
Allie,
and that's it.
You have no idea.
Oh yeah.
The thing that sometimes gets me with kids, not sometimes, all the times, the allergies are off the charts this year. Like, it is bad. My kids are still crusty. They're no longer sick, but they're very allergy-ridden. And I don't know why it doesn't cross their mind to ask for tissues. They'll just sit there with their nose running, and like, they could be dripping. I'm trying to not be too gross, because it grosses me out.
If any of you have children, teach your kids how to blow their nose properly.
Please, I am begging you, teach them to not eat their boogers. I'm begging. I can't watch that anymore. I will puke.
Poor Mars. I'm just saying, like, I hate all the, like, my grandmother doesn't know how to blow her nose properly.
Too many kids put their finger in their nose and then to put the finger in their mouth. I'm like, stop!
Mars, you're killing
Allie.
Allie.
Do you need a tissue? Please!
I can see that, Allie. To me, with these children,
I can understand that.
They're young enough where I think they're just not thinking about it.
They don't have anxiety.
This is not like middle school, I don't want to be in front of the class. This is like, I'm 2 and I don't even process that my nose has gunk. You know, like, that's really the level.
That really is the level of what we're dealing with.
That's
I don't think it's anxiety. I think it's the.
And that's worse now, Canadian
Lucifer.
Lucifer.
With the toy that was brought today. I don't want to break to get a tissue.
You know what that reminds me of, Canadian Lucifer?
You're snotting all over the crayons.
And that was part of the thing with like the, you know, Gen Alpha's kind of screwed right now with education and all that.
With the literacy.
Was with the no problem solving skills. And before I get into that, they remind me of dogs. And this is, you know, a lot of people are like, don't compare children to dogs. I don't care. Dogs are effectively toddlers. So when I always thought this was interesting. In my childhood home, the backyard, we had oak trees, and they would drop acorns, and the acorn caps, you know, come off. Yeah, it always shocks me, Allie, every time.
I can't change it. I've tried.
And we're from the same region, Allie. Can you believe it? We're like 2 minutes away from each other where we grew up.
You can blame my parents if you want.
But
I'm sure that's where I got it from.
Well,
blame my parents.
They were relatively small acorns, and I had small dogs, and every dog, I've had 3 dogs at that house, okay? All 3 of them would have, at a time when the acorns were down in the fall, they would go around and they would end up with an acorn cap that had gotten, like, stuck on their paw pad, right? Because it was just the right size to have one of their little, toe beans stuck right on the paw pad. And they never did anything about it. There was no of them, like, scratching to get it off, biting at it, like, nothing. They would just now have a limp. I'm not joking.
And
there was no...
Interesting.
They would go from walking normally to suddenly walking with a limp, and they wouldn't do anything about it. They would put in no actions to take it off. And then you'd be like, oh my God, why is the dog limping? And you would go over and it's just like, oh, the acorn cap is just stuck. Let's remove that from there. And they're fine. But it was always like they don't have any thought process of, let me try to get this off. Let me try to do anything about it. No, it was like, guess I lose the leg. Guess the leg is gone. Right. And that's what I'm thinking about with this. There's no problem solving skills. Like, oh, my nose is runny. Guess I have goop on me now. Like, such is life, no, literally, guess I'll die. Like, what? like, and that's what I'm saying, and like, dogs are toddlers. Like, we have that as like a brain thing, and that's why you can like train children, for lack of a better term, like you could train a dog, like you can have the same positive reinforcement, this sort of thing, because that is the level your brain is at the time. Yeah, it's even worse, Allie. Allie
got a splinter tonight. Guess I lose that foot.
But it's like, remember when you see like a dog with like not even a dog. When you see like a cat and you like put their feet on like the tape, right? You watch them like try to shake it off. Right, like they are doing an action.
Well, they recognize they got a thing, and it's like, oh, how do I get rid of this?
But they are doing an action to remove it, right? Maybe it's not necessarily the right or the smart thing to do, but they are obviously making an attempt to get it off, right? Same with like, you put like a bow on a dog, or you put like, like clothes on a dog, like they'll take it off, they'll be like, I don't want it.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, the acorn was like, Guess the foot is gone.
Bye, leg.
I know they don't have opposable thumbs, Bess, but there's no attempt at all, right? Like there's no.
Do you think it's more so like there's less awareness of it? Like they don't see it. They don't.
I don't know.
Like
I
it's
have
so
no
small,
idea.
They don't pay attention.
It's
to
just.
It,
it was just
with
a
the
very
clothing, like you gotta put it on them. That involves like wrestling, maybe catching them or something. Like.
It's just
that's
funny because
they're very aware of happening.
See animals
whereas
depicted...
like they might pick up an acorn cap while running and not pay attention to it.
That is true, Bess. But 1, the acorn definitely does have a smell. But 2, they're obviously feeling it, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Allie. And you always see depictions with animals with like thorns in their paw. They're always trying to do something about it, right? Like they're. They're licking it. They're doing something where it's like, oh, woe is me. But the dog is like, no, I don't have this leg anymore. Like it attempts.
I wonder what
all
it
3
is
of
about
them
acorn caps
would just attempt to go about their everyday life, but now that leg is gone, they're a tripod now, right? Like it's just like, fuck it, it's gone. And I just never understood that. I never understood that. But back to the no problem solving skills things. There's in the most recent, screens are destroying everything, AI, is the devil sort of shit. There's an interesting thing, and it was about there's no problem solving skills because there's no friction. And specifically they bring up how you can just look anything up now, that the internet is at your fingertips. Oh, that when kids ask all these why questions, what is this questions, how does this work questions, that parents who might not have had those answers because, they didn't know those things, there's a lot of specific things children ask, can just, let's ask, Google, right? Let's ask the Alexa, the Echo, right? Like, let's ask Gemini, unfortunately, you know, things like that. And the content creator that I was watching has 2 children. And they constantly ask, like, well, what bug is this? And she'll go, oh, let's look it up. You know, I don't know. Let's look it up. And you think it's harmless and whatever. And then the kid is playing, like, you know, make-believe as a fisherman. And it'll just be like, ooh, I caught a red fish. Ooh, I caught a blue fish, whatever. Ooh, I don't know what this one is. That's okay. I have the phone. Let's look it up. And it's like, this might be a problem.
But isn't that a sense of problem solving? If they don't know what it is, they're looking it up to get an answer?
But
like,
the problem is there's no critical thinking after that. There's no...
okay.
That if something... Or if they can't have an answer,
to explore the topic,
then now they have a problem
there.
But or it's like, I don't know. That's not acceptable now. That they can't deal with the I don't know, right? Like having like the emotional regulation to be like, oh, I'm not sure the answer.
Oh, the amount of times I've told my students, I don't know.
And what do they do?
Well,
I'm curious.
Sometimes they go back to their game. They don't really engage any further. Sometimes I'll get not really a follow-up question, because the topic maintenance these days is very rough. That's another one I noticed a lot with kids, is that they bounce very quickly from topic to topic. I literally have one kid where I'm working on answering WH questions with him, and he'll just start talking about something random. And I'm like, buddy, we're working on answering this what question. After you answer it, I will listen to your story. Let's focus on this first. And it's just these constant reminders to, you know, focus. I'm basically telling them, like, lock in.
Well, and that's the other thing.
But when they'll just break off into something that interests them. Now, you could argue that's a lot of different things. You could argue that's the attention span. You could argue it's just, oh, well, they want to do a preferred activity right now. They don't want to do that because that's work. That's boring. They're not into that. And, you know, the biggest thing nowadays with the younger generation is the instant gratification. I was reading an article on this the other day where it's like when you're scrolling, when you're going through those shorts, especially kids, they're getting those constant hits of dopamine every 5 seconds, every time they scroll to a new short. So
my understanding
when they're not getting that, their brains check out so quickly.
Is that we are getting more people, more children having ADHD diagnoses, and that we are currently thinking it is because of the brain rot screen.
Honestly,
attention
I'm starting to think
deficit.
We need another branch for the diagnosis, or more criteria. Because the screens are a whole environmental factor.
I like, they are very similar, Bass. If not, one is exaggerating the other.
Not
right?
rude. It's just a question, Bass.
Yeah, no. But to my understanding, like, there are explicitly an uptick in ADHD cases that we are seeing that are unrelated to changes in definition or changes in, you know, screenings and things like that. Because obviously when it's like, oh, there's more, you know, trans people now or whatever, well, it's like, okay, there's other factors that would lead to, like, that.
Yeah, like having names for things or being able to have the labels for it.
It is what it is, though, unfortunately, Bass. It is what it is.
Yeah.
There isn't much else to call it.
I would say brain rot is the correct word for it.
Brain rot, slop, yeah.
Brain rot.
Yeah, exactly. It is the short form content over long form content.
And it's very easy to fall into the pit. I've certainly doom scrolled. I've done my fair share of
I am
scrolling.
thankful
it's
that
tough.
I grew up early enough, right? Because it was definitely the tail end of our grade school education that we were really getting into this, like, higher level of technology in classrooms that they have, right? And I'm thankful that it made it so that I have a lot of innate shame and guilt for being on the scroll too long. And honestly, too long is not that long for me. But I, like...
It's the internal
There
guilt.
is a very visceral hatred of myself when I catch myself doing the doing the scroll and doing nothing for too long, like sitting there. It'd be like, and it's like, and I now need my phone to go away. You know.
Somebody banish it to the pits.
Yeah. Thankfully, I definitely watch much more long-form content than short-form content. Just because of the thing. I am very thankful that, no, I don't think it has affected my attention span because I read fucking a 500-page book in the course of like 3 days. So I do think we're good.
You read Heavenly Tyrant.
I read every book I brought, and now I'm out of books. Sad.
Oh no!
No, I'm slowly trying to read through.
You gotta go to the library.
The Seven Sons of the Dragon by Ryoko Kui.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
No, yep, she killed her book log.
Yes and no, Bass.
She took it out back.
All of the books that I physically had that were plans to read have been read. Yes. I read them all over the break, over my vacation, because that is the goal. That is what I do. Hey, did you doubt me? Come on.
I didn't doubt you, but you weren't giving me updates as you were reading, so I was getting nervous.
I was reading. Literally, I read Sir Cameron on the way down, and then I started Heavenly Tyrant, and then, so by the first full day there, I was halfway through the book. And then, the next day after that, I, finished it. And then I kind of had to pace myself. I was like, okay. Nice. Because you can read a manga in an hour or two,
manga
depending
is so
on the
easy to get
so
through.
It's like, okay, let me pace myself a little bit. So I did specifically.
This is why some years I make my reading goal 50 books, because I'm like, if I get invested in a manga, I'm gonna reach this goal real quick.
I definitely don't. I'm not as interested in how many books I read a year as much as right now my goal is to just continuously read books. Because for many years I wasn't reading except for this one vacation where it was but I will say,
literally, there was 1 year where I got books for Christmas, and then 3 years later I finally read them.
Yeah.
That was embarrassing.
Now I'm at the point, Bass, where my books that I want to read but don't physically have on me yet has suddenly ballooned very quickly. I'm a little uh-oh, no. Well, but there was also part of me where it's I don't want to keep buying these books just for my own personal space and wallet. So it's I want to
read. Also support your local libraries.
Well, yeah,
they need
and that too. But it's you had lent me Legends and Lattes, right? And then they have those 2 other ones. So it's okay,
yes, I need to give you Can't Spell Treason Without T.
Yeah. We're a ways to that. I will.
That doesn't mean I can't give it to you early.
I don't like reading on a screen. I'm gonna be honest, because my point with reading is specifically to try and do it before bed. So that's why
the only time I'll do that is if there's a new manga I'm checking out that I'm not I can't find at the library. I'm not willing to spend money on yet. That's my one exception.
Sometimes I would also do it if I was planning to read in the car during work. If I was not trying to, but I am specifically trying to have a better bed habit of go to bed, read a book in bed. And the whole point of that is to not have a screen right before bed. So there is a level of, I do want the physical copy in hand, no audiobook, no, e-reader, anything. So that is a slight limiter currently. I will say, unfortunately, while I have Witch Hat Kitchen 4, Witch Hat Kitchen 3 and 5 are still in back order and haven't arrived to me yet.
No!
It's okay. I do have...
I was gonna get 2 and 3 next.
2 is probably fine. I read 2. But I ordered 3, 4, 5 before I went away with the hopes that they would be there when I got back. And I got 4, but not 3 or 5 because they're still on back order. And I'm no.
We need the gay dads.
But yeah, so that's why I'm a little like in a bit more of a pinch, solely because I do want them to be the physical copies. And I am like all the books that I have bought,
Bass?
I am happy to own. Like, I'm glad that I did buy them. But the other ones I'm not as invested in, like Bookshops and Bone Dust and the other one. It's like, yes, I want to read them, but I'm not like, I need to have that on my shelf.
I don't need them in the collection.
Yeah, we'll see how I feel about Can't Spell Treason Without T when I read it. You know, I'll borrow the first one from you and then see how that goes. I might, though, end up getting those mystery novel ones. I might actually purchase those. I might read the first one for the... It's a really cool premise. I've sent you some of her book reviews before. Rachel Oates, she does like a bunch of those.
Oh, yes!
So she was reviewing a book and mentioned these as a good example of what this book was doing badly, or what she would have liked this book to do and it didn't do, that she was reviewing. And so the books that she recommended were by this, I can't remember the name of the author, but the first book is called Everyone in My Family is a Murderer. And the premise is that the main character
that does sound so familiar.
The main character is a murder mystery novel writer. And he finds himself in a situation where he needs to solve a murder mystery, and he does so using his knowledge of the genre and the tropes to try and figure it out. This author has written 4 with this main character. The person, Rachel Oates, had read 2 of them, and she thought they were done very well. And so to me, I'm like, hey, I love mystery.
That sounds incredibly promising.
So that's the ones I'm really curious about, and those are the ones where it's like, I think I'd probably borrow the first one, but if I do like it, I would go and buy the
But
other
if you
ones.
fall in love with it, it's like, yes, this needs to be part of the collection.
My favorite genre probably is mystery. I really... And, like, definitely leaning, like... For lack of a better word, like, tropey mystery. Like Nancy Drew. I loved Nancy Drew. Right?
Very classic mystery.
The name of this book is Secret Series. Right, and Bad Magic both have like a lot of mystery to them. I love both of those things, and then I love when the narrator voice, whether that's first person or third person or whatever, has that like goof snark to it. You know the voice I'm talking about. The narrator of Tress and Sea, the narrator, Sir Cameron.
Of course.
In Sir Cameron, Has to Die.
The self-aware, snarky one.
Yeah, where it's like kind of. I also love that. So that's why I loved the name of this book is Secret Series and the Bad Series, because they have both of that. But yeah.
Sounds incredibly
I think you'll like it best. It'll definitely be
how that is. Blah.
It's definitely a younger read, because it was definitely like a middle school age read. So it is going to be an easier read, but it's really interesting. It has like synesthesia in it. I really liked the characters, and then I really enjoyed, I read Bad Magic later in life, because the Bad series later in life, because they had only just come out at that time, but I knew I loved the series, and I still really enjoyed them. I think I read them in like high school into college, I think, when the Bad series, now I have to look that up. Bad Luck book. Just peeved you off a lot. Aw. Oh, that was the second one. What's the first one? Is the first one Bad Magic? Oh, the first one is Bad Magic. When did you come out?
Not to be the...
Yeah, reading age 8 to 12.
I'm really looking forward to reading this summer. It
2015.
Was written by the same person who did, what was it, Wayward? It's called Sirens, and it follows a similar premise. So I'm like, I really liked her writing in Wayward, so I'm like, oh, please be good in this one too. I need it to be.
Yeah, so Bad Magic,
Wayward was very good. It was like kind of a generational story where it told the story across like 3 different generations. And you follow them all simultaneously. It's not mystery per se, but there is kind of like a larger plot of, okay, what happened in the past that led to this moment? Okay, what happened in this past that leads to the present moment? And kind of putting it all together to see like how far these generations of women have come. It's so fascinating. It was really interesting.
I
could not put that book down. I could not follow the 1 chapter a day rule. I binged that book.
Bass, I might recommend Tress of the Emerald Sea more than for you. Because I will say,
so good.
I will say the Secret series, it is gonna be a little more like, because it's more like The Princess Bride, like how the movie The Princess Bride is told, where it's like it cuts back to like the grandfather reading to the child, right? Like it is very like a jarring thing. And I don't think about the exes. It doesn't matter. I just go, all right, move on. But it, like, you are gonna have more of those like hard cuts, quote unquote, in the Secret series, whereas Tress in the Emerald Sea, it's not like that. It's much more fluid, I would say, the narration.
It's very fluid. It's told as a complete story from beginning to end.
Yes, it's also one book.
All of it is a recollection. It's not being told as it's happening, if I remember correctly.
Can I say something really sad?
Sure.
Well, it's not that sad. Like, it's sad for me. I'm sad about it.
I'm just curious what direction that's going in.
Well, so I was like on Pinterest, and then they kept showing me these Laios fan arts with this other guy, and I'm like, and they're like being pals, and they're like broing out. I'm like, oh my god, who's this other character that everyone is drawing, buddying up with Laios? I love Laios. I much love this character too. What is he from? Oh, okay, these characters are called Dunk and Egg. Okay, what? It looks up. What are they from? Oh, they're from this book. Okay, you know, this book is, I then mentioned it to my father. It turns out it's part of the fucking, like, Game of Thrones universe.
What the fuck?
And it's like a spin-off.
That is such a random crossover.
And it's like, and I'm like sitting here, it's like, I want to read this because you said that this main character, like, because the art community is saying that this main character would be bros with my best boy in the world. However, I don't want to deal with the Game of Thrones series, I'm going to be honest.
Just interesting that they choose those 2 franchises to pair up.
So Bass, it's by Brandon Sanderson. You've probably heard of him, big author guy. But it's
Very
a one-off. It's a one-off, so you do not have to read any of his other books.
You don't need to know anything. There's technically a reference to his other series.
I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Play a role at all.
Yeah.
It's a cameo. If you recognize it, it's great. If you don't,
it's there
it
if you know it.
anything.
I didn't know it. It doesn't.
I didn't know it either. It didn't affect anything.
But you would love that book.
The story itself is great.
Tress of the Emerald Sea.
It's got some high-seas adventures. It's got some really cool sci-fi elements.
The world building is great. Really, really love it.
The world building is so much fun. The way the main character grows is like, they did the strong female character correctly. I really like the way they had her grow. It was very well fleshed out. Yeah, very good book. High recommendation.
High.
Another one I'd recommend is if I have any fans of the Phantom Toll Booth in here, then you might like the book, and I want to make sure I get the name right because I always get it wrong, Water Moon. That was a very interesting read. If you really like the Phantom Toll Booth, where it like took these abstract concepts and gave them physical form, this was basically the adult version of that. It was a super cool read. I really enjoyed my time with it, more than I thought I would. I got that one from the library on a whim, and then by the end of the week, I was like, well, that's got to be part of the collection now.
This is Younger Axis.
I always screw it up. I always call that book Paper Moon. It's not Paper Moon, it's Water Moon.
No, Paper Moon is the opening of Soul Eater.
Exactly.
Which I love.
That is incorrect.
I'm so ready for the remake, please.
Oh my god. I'm hyped as hell.
I need that so bad.
I can't imagine how that remake is gonna look with modern animation. Like, it was already great.
No, it's gonna go so hard. And I'm so ready.
It's gonna be lovely. Okay, there's the book for people interested. According to Storygraph, it's a fiction contemporary fantasy. I'd say Soul Eater is pretty worth watching. I enjoyed my time with it.
I loved Soul Eater. The ending, a lot of people don't really like.
The ending followed the Full Metal Alchemist route, where the rest of the manga wasn't finished.
The manga wasn't finished yet. My understanding is the manga ending is also contentious.
Soul Eater. It's gonna be Soul Eater Brotherhood.
However, my understanding is the manga's ending is also contentious.
Oh, interesting.
So it will be very interesting. However, I'm gonna be honest, as like a thing that I recall, I don't give a shit. I enjoyed the rest of the ride. In my opinion, the rest of the ride is worth it. I didn't need, quote unquote, the catharsis of exactly how it ended. Again, I'm trying not to spoil. I enjoyed the rest of my time with it. There's like non-binary character.
And sometimes that's all you need in a show.
There's Old Man Yaoi if you ship it, which you better because yes. There's equal opportunity fan service, which I'm very proud to say.
We stan.
Yes. It definitely leans a little like older shonen, 100%. Like, it definitely has the vibes of like Naruto and Fire Force, same author. There's always
a chance they update it a little bit.
We will see. I do hope that Soul is shirtless the whole time in the weapons in the update.
Me too.
Because it changes and there's no reason to not keep it changed the whole time.
Allie, it's because there's no ending that's gonna satisfy everybody.
No. I'm gonna tell you why.
And some people don't want the ending that the author wanted to tell.
I'm gonna tell you why.
You sure?
Yeah. No. I'm actually 100% sure. Because you know why?
Okay, let's hear your theory.
Manga is serialized. And manga, especially shonen and especially shonen jump mangas, are basically told to just never stop. If it's doing, and that's why all these big, the big three, the big shonens are fucking long as shit. That's why One Piece is still going.
Okay.
Is because the mangaka are basically not necessarily forced, but like coerced into continuously
encouraged,
never ending,
definitely strongly encouraged
doing this. And a lot of, and on the other hand, like Dr. Stone, the mangaka basically came out saying that I didn't start Dr. Stone having an ending. I didn't expect it to be this popular. I did Dr. Stone as like an idea, a concept of like having this, what if this smart student, woke up in the Stone Age, but with all the, right? Like having this idea. And then it was like, oh shit, it got serialized and it got popular. Oh, I have to fucking end this somehow. Right. And that is what a lot of them fall into. I know that was like, I can't remember the name, but the author of like JJK, the mangaka, was starting to not have a good time writing didn't want to keep, like it's at a point where it's like they make you go for so long and you have all of this setup and then you start falling out of love with the project and so you want to end it, but you're not having as much fun because you're just fucking going for an unknown amount of time.
Bass. I want Ori to watch that one with me.
Which one?
Bakuman. It's the one about the artist and the writer making their own manga together.
Yeah. Yes.
Because I'm like, that sounds familiar.
Yes. We do want to watch
that
one.
Gotta be peak.
Yeah.
I don't know if it is. I hope it is.
So, yeah, it's very, like, unfortunately, the just way that manga is done is very different from how, like, Western graphic novels are done, right? Like, we know we started Outcast, and while immediately didn't know where it was going to end, very quickly decided where it was going to end.
There would be an ending.
Yeah, but we didn't wait that long, right? And we certainly weren't posting it before we had an ending. You know, and it doesn't have to be like a specific ending, but like a general, the story is coalescing to this point, and it makes it so you don't get lost. And that everything does get now you can change it and say, ooh, I do want this message in the end to be this instead. The starfish face, star of, Cast Off, talked about how she did change how she wanted it to end, but she always had an ending, right? And so, that's very important.
And that makes it easier to get there.
Can you remind
why we dislike Yukio?
You're working on your defense video. Uh-oh. I've blocked Yukio out of my head. He's a bad brother. God, I will admit none of my arguments are going to be very specific. I feel like he goes
from 0 to 100 too quickly, if I remember correctly. Like, we go from him being very supportive to suddenly, oh, brother, here's a gun in your face. And I will shoot you.
Yeah, there's a big tonal shift that I don't feel is set up for that first season. It's very like, oh, like he's a brother, and maybe he's a little
like Rin needs to do something horrible for Yukio to want to cross that line. Like, that's still your brother, man.
It's still your brother. You're like told to protect him, and it doesn't feel like there's any resentment, right? Like, it doesn't
Not at first.
Feel like.
Like, if they wanted to go with the, I could see what they're trying to do. Like, in a sense, Yukio is Rin's, not caregiver, but, like, he does watch over
his
him.
Guardian. His guardian.
Is in charge of his safety.
And he was,
Guardian.
He was told to take, he was kind of, like, guilted into taking this role.
A plot line could be built from that.
Yeah. It's very much.
That's not what I'm getting,
No. There's a variant, like... It feels like a 180 twist to something that the story wanted to be like, oh, he was feeling this all along. And it's like, was he? Where did you show that? He's that good at hiding it? We don't get any moments to himself where he lets his deal down. I don't know. It also felt like Rin never did anything bad. Right?
Yeah, that was... Well, that's why I'm saying, like, you need Rin to cross some kind of line for Yukio to act the way he does. Like, I'm trying to think, because there is a moment...
Yes, we only watched
where
the anime.
Rin lost control in season 1, and I think that was... No, I don't think
but
he
I'm
did
gonna
lose
be honest, this
in
is
the
like...
camp arc.
This
I
is
think
like
he was trying to defend his
now.
friends, and then they saw him using the blue fire, and they were just like... he's a demon! Arrest him!
I don't remember him,
it wasn't even that he
having
lost
a
control.
Struggle. I just remember him being outcast, that he was different.
If I'm remembering the scene correctly, it was him being like, oh shit, I have to use my power to protect my friends. Oh crap, they're gonna find out, but I have no choice.
Yeah.
I don't remember it being, oh no, he's lost control and he's going wild now. Like, it was never,
It really,
I felt... The Eren Yeager waking from consciousness and saying, I'm gonna kill them all. Like, we don't know the context he was talking in. It makes sense he'd get arrested immediately afterward.
I think
we as the audience know he was talking about the Titans. When everyone around him does not know that.
Yeah, and I think that's a big issue. I think that's exactly the issue. When Yukio, snaps... I'm also the audience feeling betrayed, but it didn't feel like that was the goal, right? Because there's a difference of because we're not watching it from Rin's perspective. Like, for lack of a better term, in one of the books I read, I'm not going to get into it for spoiler reasons, but there was a fair amount of betrayal and no. You the one you really wanted me to read. There's a fair amount of like twists and like suddenly betrayal, but you are explicitly living through the main character's eyes. Right? Like you are explicitly only knowing what the main character knows. So it makes sense. We're like seeing Yukio do other shit. We're like we are like a viewer in the anime again, not the manga. We never read the manga. Mm-hmm. But it was very like, oh, and now he said, and then none of his arguments made sense. None of his arguments made sense.
And honestly,
he had all these
I feel
arguments
like
that
it
was
gets
just like
worse when it's revealed like he has the demon blood and it's manifesting too, because now it's like, okay, well now you're a hypocrite.
Yeah, and not in like an intriguing way.
Goddamn hypocrite.
And not in like an intriguing
fun way.
Like I'm gonna be honest, it would have been more intriguing if he like really hated himself more.
There could have been a way to do that.
Yeah, and I think that's a problem we have a lot. The things Mars and I hate the most are the ones where it was the setup was there, but they fumbled it. Right? Like we see the seeds of a good character arc.
So close.
We see the seeds
That's
of
what
this
hurts the most.
scene.
Like, if you're so far off the ball and missed it entirely, it's like, okay, well you were never close to hitting it in the first place. But if it was inches away from the bat, it's like,
yeah, exactly.
The frustration.
That's what gets me more about the fucking Mao Jinshi shit. Then
oh god, don't get me started. I will rant for another 3 hours.
We're not gonna go into it so much. But I do think I could probably continue watching the anime if it was so egregious that it was just like I'd have to tune it out. Right? Like it's just like, okay, we're here again. Whatever.
Well,
but
I mean, you know what happened to me. I completely blocked the honey scene from my memory. I did not remember that shit at all. Probably because I was just like, oh, ew, that's nasty.
But that
I don't like this scene.
One you can kind of block out and kind of like ignore. The other ones you can't because they are inherently tied in the story.
And they're tied to the plot. That's the problem.
They're tied to the plot and could have been done well. Right? Like it could have been done better. And that's what kills me about it. Right? Like I think it's one thing to be like, okay, this is egregious. Let me, as, VTuber, I like to watch.
If it was like there's
Jellywire said the anime piss, right? It's like, okay, let me wade through the anime piss in order to get to the mystery part that I like. I can kind of turn it off. But because it's like, oh my god, if you did like 2 things, like you don't even have to reanimate anything. Like if you just like made her talk in her head different, like
just make the inner thoughts different. That literally would have fixed the whole problem. Because at least we as the audience would know that she's not being cornered.
That's how I feel about Yukio.
At least, yeah.
It's just like, it could have been really interesting. Allie, I lose faith in humanity every time.
The Jinshi and Mao ship is one where I just go, hey, Straights, you okay?
No, I don't, if you ship Mao and Jinshi, like, actually, and not in, like, an artist making a goofy thing about how Jinshi makes, like, moves and Mao's like, get the fuck away from me, I don't want to associate with you. I'm sorry. There is no reason. And that's the other problem. I could ship Mao and Jinshi if it was written differently. That's the problem.
There is potential. Yeah. It could have worked. It's been done before. It just and this is why I feel so bad for Allie, the author of Apothecary Diaries is because the reason Mao and Jinshi are a ship is because the fans liked it and her aunt liked it. And honestly, all I see when I look at Apothecary Diaries
is you don't want to write this.
Vision and passion project was ripped away from them. Like they're not telling the story they wanted anymore. And that, like, I feel that when I watch Apothecary Diaries or when I read anything related to Apothecary Diaries, where it's like, this artist's vision was stolen, and that is so heartbreaking.
This is a very good lesson to learn if you are creating, especially, you know, like a comic or a book or, you know, anything that has like a long story to it and
you're allowed to take outside opinion.
Yes.
Like, I'm not saying don't do that. Take outside opinion. But
if it is going to make you hate working on your project, it's not worth it.
And this is where I think we go back to, like, the manga is supposed to make money, right? Jump wants you to continue. Now, I don't know where Apothecary Diaries gets published.
It was a light novel
first.
In fact,
it might be a light novel first, and then
it is a light novel first. It is a light novel first.
That's what I thought. But same thing with light novels. They keep going on. And that's a problem. If you want the light novel to make money, you gotta appeal to the fans in some way.
There you go, Bess. That's how we're describing it.
Yeah.
God. And it sucks because if you want to do art for a living, you need to, you know, chase the money. For lack of a better term.
It's finding that balance of both listening to your fans but sticking to your guns.
Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like we always say, you could have made the Jinchi Mama work. She just hated Jinchi, you know? And then so my point...
She never wanted to write romance. She wanted to write a political drama. Because the political drama part was great.
Really
At least in season 1. In season 2, it was kind of weak, to be honest.
No, that's what I'm saying. If you want to be in on Apothecary Diaries at all, just season 1. You don't really need anything else.
Just watch season 1.
Just watch season 1.
You're not going to lose anything by not finishing.
If you're really in
Season 1 is good. It's got a good mystery.
And the animation is beautiful. Like, don't get me wrong.
The animation is gorgeous.
The art direction is fantastic. It's just this one thing.
They're all bangers. The voice actors do a great job. Like, I'm not knocking any of the hard work that went into bringing it to life. Everyone did a fabulous job. It's so unfortunate that the vision got so morphed. I honestly, the author has come out and said Jinchi was supposed to die early in the series. And honestly, I would kill to see what that story looks like. I would love to see what her original vision was. What does the dead Jinchi cut look like? Give me the dead Jinchi cut.
Yeah, give me the dead Jinchi cut.
You've heard the Snyder cut. Give me the dead Jinchi cut.
As for the rest of the monkey, yeah, we need the rest of the monkey. No, and it really is one of those things, you know, where Outcast would sell better if it was a BL, right? Like, if it was explicitly a BL, it would 100% do better. But that's not what Mars and I wanted to write.
That's not the story we want to tell.
And we're thankfully privileged in a way where we can make this on the side and not have to worry about what people want, you know? But it is one of those things where it is romance sells, you know? They always say that because it is unfortunately true. But, you know, at a certain point, it's like, is that worth hating your creation?
Is it worth sacrificing your passion project for what other people
No, not the
want?
lamp, Bez. Yeah, exactly.
And that's your call, Mason, as long as you're comfortable with it going that
route,
and you don't hate creating the thing because you change direction.
Exactly.
That's what we're getting at.
We would not have as much fun writing Outcast if we had to also insert the BL romance into it. Because that's like a later thing in their arc. It would be kind of forcing it. Yeah.
Because clearly we do like it.
Oh, we ship it.
But in the current story, I'm like, these boys got too much emotional baggage.
No, you're not wrong.
It ain't happening. It ain't happening.
Yeah.
They gotta heal themselves first before they can start being with somebody.
Oh,
Very slow burn.
Look at Unchained Axis. Axis Unchained.
He's free. He's off leash.
Off leash. Built up and following.
Oh
exactly.
gosh. There's one comic artist I follow, Bass. Pelgo, if I remember correctly. Or that's the author of the...
Is it Pelgo or Peglo? I always mix
Is it
up.
Peglo? I always mix it up.
I think it's Peglo.
I thought it was Pelgo. You think it's Peglo?
It's Peglo.
Okay.
Yes, Peglo.
Well, you have the book in front of you. I don't.
I looked it up, but I did look them up. I can remember their name because they use it as like a logo on all the like shirts and stuff. I can't remember To the Stars and Back. I can remember Superfish. I can remember Peglo. I can't fucking remember To the Stars and Back. Every time.
Well, that's actually the one I was going to talk about. Because the author, Peglo, was doing a Q&A in their story the other day about Superfish, their newest comic coming out. It is a BL, just like their previous projects, but it is a slow burn. And they were getting so many questions in the Q&A section about, oh my god, is this a slow burn? Like, oh my god, I can't take it. Oh my god, where are they gonna kiss? Oh my god, where are they getting together? And like, there was a whole segment where Peglo had to like be like, guys, this is a slow burn. It has meaning because there's plot on the side, there's character development happening. Like, they're not getting together right away. I know you see the signs, and that's on purpose. They have to get close first. They have to like each other first.
Yep.
And then they went on to talk about like, they were talking about their own personal preferences when it came to reading BL stories. They prefer the slow burn because that's what makes the story worth reading to them. Seeing that growth, seeing that change, seeing the development. And talking about how like, well, if it's a romance you're reading and they get together right away and it's boom, they kiss and it's over, like, what's the point?
Slow burn
emotional
feeds
payoff.
The Demi in me.
Jim. Oh, it does. It very much does.
Slow burn heals my Demi heart.
No, Allie, literally. So my family just started watching Windbreaker. My parents are enjoying it, you know, a good amount. My mom definitely likes Witch Hat Atelier better.
Understandable.
But they're like asking questions about the characters. And they're like, my mom's biggest thing is Hajime, the leader of Bokurin in
my lad.
the series. Cause she's like, okay, so he's the big tough guy that everyone's afraid of. But he acts like a doofus. Like, why do we follow him? What's so important about it? This is my mom questioning the entire time. Like, oh my god, he acts so doofy. Like, what? Why is he the leader? And I'm like, okay. Do you see the moments where he's talking to his team? Do you see him basically having therapy sessions with them in the middle of combat? Like, there is more to him. You just have to watch.
I think this is wild.
You just have to see the character grow.
Which is really funny. My mom loves books.
Good night, Mason.
Good night,
I also
Mason.
have to throw this in. My mom hates Tetsuya from Witch Hat Atelier. And the reason for it is she's like, why does she have that type voice? I'm like, she's just a happy character.
Kadeos for what? I didn't know that.
She's just a happy character. Like, oh my god, let a character be happy.
Mars.
She's a child. I promise she'll be traumatized later.
Mars, they get to the arc in this episode this week, and I'm so excited.
I know.
I'm so excited.
I know. I'm scared.
I'm so ready.
I'm ready.
I'm so ready. No, I think it's really funny. My mom always did this. We would be like watching a movie, and she'd like start asking questions. Like, why is he doing this? Why is that character doing that? And it's like, maybe if we watch the movie, we'll find out.
That's literally what I tell my parents watching TV nowadays.
But what's wild is my mom always did this. Like, as a child. Like, I watched Star Wars in, like, you know, middle school or whatever, and she would, like, ask shit like that. And it's like, what? Like, it's not the screens at that point, guys. Like, what?
One of the other things that gets me, I had mentioned the other night, my family watched Remarkably Bright Creatures, and I clocked the twist not early, but once they gave me enough clues, I was like, okay, what if this is what's happening? And my parents are like, no, that can't be it. That can't be it. And then, when the twist got revealed, they're like, holy crap, how did you know? And I'm like, I watched the movie? I don't know. I paid attention to the details. They told me information and I listened. I don't know how else to explain it. I watched the damn movie. I don't know what you were doing. That's the thing that kind of kills me watching things with my parents is like, I don't want to discourage them. I like the fact that watching stuff like Witch Hat Atelier and Windbreaker with me is awesome. I love it. But sometimes they just ask really dumb questions and I'm like, oh God.
I also like, but Bassett's also like, the point of a movie is to set up a question that gets resolved by the end. Right, like that is how media works.
That is how it works.
And so it's just like, we've just introduced this character. Why are you asking me why he has his motivations? I don't fucking know yet either. Like, what? Yeah. I don't know, Mom. Maybe a good movie would explain it later. Show it later. Whatever. Now, I'm so
glad this isn't just a my parents' problem.
No, it's my mother. It was never my dad. It's never been my father. My father's a big movie guy. Always loved movies. He was the one, like showed me Star Wars and everything. And I get things where it's like, I did have to be told that Senator Palpatine was the Emperor because, like, visually they look very different and they talk kind of different. And I was, on the younger side. So, like, at a certain point when that was revealed, my father did, hey, do you realize that this guy is this?
And it's like, oh, connections.
No, I didn't. Wow, that's crazy. Blah, blah, blah. And, like, I know Dylan has, like, face blindness sometimes, so, like, it will have to be like, yes, this is the same character. Like we do see this is the, that's not, like, a not paying attention to the movie thing. That is just, like, I didn't recognize that this person is supposed to be this person, and we're supposed to know that by now. Like, such is life. Right? But it's when it's like, yes, Kiefer comes on the screen and has his moment of, the other side of Kiefer when he's talking to adults and not the thing. Oh, why is he doing that? And it's like, I don't know yet. He just fucking did it. That's kind of the point. We don't fucking know. Like, what? But what I don't understand is, like, they talk about, like we were saying before, like, not being able to pay attention to process. But this is my mother from before iPads were invented. She was asking me this. It's like, what?
Well, that could come down to, like, your experience with movies and how often you went to see them. Like you said, your dad is very well versed in the movie-going experience. You pick up on things differently when you're watching them versus when you're reading them. So there could be, like, an element of experience, media literacy.
It was always just wild. It's always just a wild, why are you asking me?
It's baffling.
This is the first time I'm seeing it too.
Why are you asking that question? Yes, Hajime has one side of him, and then you will eventually see another side of him. Just watch the damn show! Welcome back, Flair. We are crashing out because our parents don't know how to watch movies. Not to toot my own horn, but I thought the twist in Remarkably Bright Creatures was pretty obvious after certain points. But that's just me. Did we lose Ori?
No, I'm here. I'm typing.
Oh, okay. You were so quiet. That's true, Bass. I can't argue with that.
Lots of crash outs. No, Vivarium. Let me see.
Nah.
Ooh. Sorry, I'm on a tangent now. I'm looking at Scarlet from Allie's
there's a
things.
new Scarlet.
Yes.
Oh, I think I did.
Oh, the little claw
like
machine
it,
is so cute, Allie. I'm obsessed. Okay, Allie, you're gonna have to tell me how you did this. How you made it a random, because I might do a random and solely put the Outcast characters. No flair. If you choose random, you get my Outcast books.
Do it. No worries, Flair.
No.
To do what you got to do.
Never worry.
Super simple, according to Allie.
Ooh, we love that.
We do like simple in this house.
Ooh, this is a very cute looking game, Bass. Oh no, it's like a farming sim.
I can't wait for all the questions they're going to throw at me with the next Witch Hat Atelier episode. I'm like, yeah. Why is his master acting this way? Why did she do that? I watched the show!
I will add it to my wish list. However,
it's
very beautiful. Like Beth said, Ghibli-esque style sort of thing. It's all hand-drawn.
Ooh, love that.
It's very interesting. It's like a adventure.
Made myself tired with that
sim,
rant.
But story-rich. It gives kind of like the same type of game as Spiritfarer, you know, like that genre of like you're doing stuff, but there is also story, but there is like, you know, the daily grind sort of thing, you know, like that sort of vibe.
There was another game I was keeping my eye on, Witch Bakery, that has a very similar vibe, specifically Kiki's Delivery Service vibe.
This is
I'm keeping an eye on that one. I know.
Well, yes. I mean, I don't know, Beth. Some of those preview images were a little like, there could be angst. Not necessarily angst. There could be, you know, emotions.
If you're referring to our parents, no. My parents are looking for an actual answer. I don't think those questions
my mother
are
is looking for an actual answer. It is not an exclamation of like, oh, why would he do that? It's not that. It's like, Ori, why is he doing this? And it's like, Mom, I don't know yet.
I don't know.
That's the point.
I'm watching the movie for the first time, same as you.
Yeah,
what makes
okay.
you think I have the answers?
I don't think it'll be that level, Bass, but I do think that one of the endings would probably make me cry.
Spiritfarer was a lovely one. That one's definitely in my top 5 games.
Yeah, I know, Canadian Lucifer.
Did you beat Spiritfarer, Ori?
No, not yet. I have one left.
Just checking.
I have one left. Because the teacher is so hard!
Teacher. Oh, yes.
You have to do all her shit, and there's so much shit, and it's the hard shit. Like, I have to actually be good at game to do that shit.
Yeah, she was rough.
That's who I'm at.
Ooh, another potential art fight question. What kinds of things should I tag for my characters?
Ooh, okay.
That's a good question, Allie. Yeah, guys, we're gonna be doing Art Fight 101.
And 102.
On Thursday. And 102, but that's at the end of the month.
Yes.
So if you have any burning questions about art fights, submit them now, and they can be answered during those presentations. That way, Ori can prepare some very well thought out answers.
Indeed.
Well-researched sources, MLA format, the works.
Vibes, that sort of thing.
Ugh. I want tea. I'm gonna make tea after this.
Ooh, I gotta go to bed after this. I'm trying to do a
I should be going to bed. I gotta laminate.
Here we are. This is it. I wanted your ref axis. Thank you. Why? Okay, lovely. I need to make sure your toe beans are correct.
He's gotta have all his toe beans.
He's gotta have all his toe beans. Okay, have you seen that recent animation meme of the characters falling and posing while they're falling?
Yes, I've seen that one.
I'm really
glorious.
Close to doing that with Ferrix and Milano.
I think that would be so good.
It would be. And it's honestly a relatively easy animation meme. It's only 3 poses and then the beginning and end setup.
It's not too involved.
So it's really not crazy. My background would just be like this blue sky with clouds. You know, because in my thoughts they're like both on like, you know, the crow's nest of the ship or whatever, and they're both like jumping off to dive into the water.
Yeah.
And you know, because it just repeats those 3 poses over and over again.
In his eyes. That would be cute.
And then, it'll be like the first half will be like Ferrix, and then the second half will be the Milano's poses or whatever. And then, yeah, they hit the water, and then them wet in the water. That's my thoughts.
That would be adorable.
We'll see if I get there. Well, Hotsun, he would not jump off the ship.
He's not gonna jump from the crow's nest. Hotsun doesn't have a lot of it, but he's got a little self-preservation.
He has self-preservation, except when it comes to research. Then he's a little blind. He's got a blind spot.
Oh. Sadly, there is nothing enticing him to jump in the water. Not even a wet Milano.
No.
It's just not enough.
I am constantly brought back to that one fucking animation meme where it's the anything. I'm like, oh my god. That one? You know which one I'm talking about.
Yes.
And I'm constantly like, that with Hotsun and Milano would be really good too.
It would.
Obviously, Hotsun's perspective.
We gotta research what it's like to fall from the crow's nest. Hotsun. Oh look, I discovered
that
gravity!
Kind of research. Hotsun is wearing a lot of layers. He would not wish to get wet.
He would not do well in the water.
Can he swim? No. Yes. Does that mean he can swim with all of his heavy layers on? No.
No. Absolutely not.
No, to me, this is more of like a Ferrix Milano, like, they're having like a,
It's a Ferrix Milano, like, bros diving into the deep end of the pool. Like, they're challenging
Yeah, they're challenging each other. That's the word I wanted. A challenge.
The biggest,
who does the best.
Splash. Hotsun sinking to the bottom.
I didn't go, like, incredibly in-depth bass solely because, we weren't really going to go into that in any way, you know. It is, however, I am aware that the Outcast has a very, very small crew, and that is something that does matter and does come up. Having a ship that size being maintenance by that small of a crew is a deal and is an issue.
Well, of course, the rot that damages the ship as well from the ocean.
But it is like they are running around constantly, and they also are certainly, they all have multiple jobs, you know, like there is a fair amount of stuff related in that sense that it is fairly obvious that they are a small crew, and it will be seen when you see like the naval ships and things like that, how they're manned. But as we're not, like, really going into depth exactly at how, you know, ship life really is that much. They're effectively fast traveling most of the time, because otherwise it gets kind of boring. And, you know, you do have to pace to a certain extent. But it's just like, we're not showing how they would use the bathroom or how they would do, you know, like, it's just not relevant. Ship happens, indeed.
Yeah.
Ship does happen. Jinx. But yeah, it is one of those things where it's like, it is a little implied. There will be stuff that does involve how small of a crew both of the main pirate ships are, because it is, like, quite strenuous to do it that way. But there's also the level of, are they really sailing at full efficiency? Are they really doing, you know, where did they get their training, etc.? You know, the world of Outcast is not sailing across the Atlantic distances, so it's not like they have to go months and months and months without anything. But yeah, no, not just talking about the vehicle. There are more crew that couldn't control themselves. I mean, y'all want Everett to be fucking barracks buddy to the Navy, so I can't imagine what would happen with any other crew with Milano. Like, even the crew in Sinbad is bigger than the Outcast crew, but
yeah,
it's one of those kind of hand wavy things that it's not important to the story. We talked with Soup once about, like, our whole naval uniform thing, and Mars and I were both kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like in Avatar. You know, there's a level of, this guy is higher ranked than this guy, and these are the lackeys, and that's what matters.
And that's how it works.
There's not really a lot else going, like, we don't need to know the ins and outs of everything else, really. You need to know that this character is ranked higher than this character. Yeah, that's really about it.
That's all you gotta know.
Yeah. And that's because we're not particularly interested in it, and it's not necessary to have that level of depth for the story we're trying to tell. And that's just kind of how it is. So, you know, if we really liked sailing, you know, or something, like, or that had more to do with the story, we'd probably look into it more. Our next comic is actually going to have a lot more themes that I even am specifically well-versed in. A lot. So it will be
yeah, that one's gonna be the quintessential writing what you know.
Yeah. It will probably be a little bit intense, and it'll, you know, and even, like, from developmental stuff, Mars would have, like, layers to that as well. Like, it'll definitely be a bit more of, like, for Outcast, we like pirates as a framing for the character arcs we want to tell, whereas the next story is, while going to have it still be character driven, the world will matter a lot more. So
it's gonna be a fun time.
Yeah. So that one will be honestly a lot more work. Outcast was very much we have these characters, we like these characters, let's put them in a situation and shake it around. And we're enjoying that. But it's definitely a different vibe than, like, really world building, like a level that would kind of be happening with the next one. We're never gonna reach the level of, like, Tolkien or anything, though. I'm just not interested in that.
No.
There will always be gaps and things, because I feel like, as me personally, I get exhausted very quickly doing world building to, like, extreme levels like that. You know, like, I know a lot of people like the lore. I don't mind it,
but I like it to come up naturally in the story. So if it doesn't come up naturally, it's like, okay, well, I guess
ignored.
That gets a little hand waved.
Yeah.
Like, if there's no reason to bring it up in story, then why bring it up at all? I guess is kind of my thought process.
And that's what we're kind of doing with Outcaste.
Why does the audience need to know?
Exactly.
They look up the pie rates. Ori,
tis that time. Well, Mars has stuff to work on. We got to see the boy.
I do.
So hopefully Mars will have another page soon. And then that'll be Tally 5 done.
I think Tally 5. Tally ho!
Tally 5 done. The next Tally Marks only has 4 pages, I think. And then it's done. And then we can go to port. And then we can see the boys again. Guys, we're so close.
Fucking finally, man.
We are so close.
I can't wait.
We are so...
I'm so ready.
So close. So close. All right. Thank you all for coming.
Texas.
Yeah. I wanna go home. Yes, thank you all for coming. If you have more art fight questions that you think about, please put
you
them
can pop
in
them
the
right in the
art
Discord server.
In the Discord, yeah. Please put them in there because obviously you can still ask questions during the art fight streams. I just want to be as prepared as possible for questions that you guys already know you have.
It's also an easy way to tackle the most pressing questions, the ones you really want answered.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, Thursdays this week is going to be 101, focusing mostly on just the very basics of what you need to know in order to participate, whereas the later one will be more fun techniques and tips and tricks and all that sort of stuff. So look out for that.
Make sure you stay tuned for both classes.
Yes, you will want to see both. And we'll see you then.
Highly advised.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Have a great hump day tomorrow.